What's up? What's up? What's up, everybody? What a day! What a day! I hope all of you had a chance to catch me and Jay over at another round. We just had a great interview with Sabrina Soul from Ready to Love. So, again, if you didn't catch it, please catch the replay. It was a great interview, and appreciate everybody's patience with us pushing it back. I know many of you were over there with us. So for those that were over there with us and that are now joining us, we appreciate you. We had a back-to-back night of Ready to Love entertainment. So we are going to unpack this part two of the reunion. I got some great super panelists in waiting in the wings that I'm going to bring up. And we're gonna dive in and have a good time with this. And I give my preamble, my little disclosure before each and every live, before each and every video on this channel. This here, we have a good time, we have fun. 2022, I'm not falling out. I'm not fighting about nobody on Ready to Love or Married at First Sight or any reality show. We're gonna have a good time, have fun, share our opinions. We might agree, we might disagree. But at the very least, we are going to have some great dialogue. So I am looking forward to it. We'll probably have more fun talking about part two of the reunion than really discussing the part two of the reunion, because there wasn't, my humble opinion, really wasn't a lot there. Not a whole lot of substance for us in part two of the reunion. So we will go into some of the things that we saw. Some of the things I know I would have liked to see was a little bit more accountability from folks. Didn't see a whole lot of accountability there, unfortunately, from that particular squad that we shall not mention, right? So wish they would have just owned some of the things that they could have done better. And yeah, I guess one of them did give a so-so apology, lackluster if you ask me my opinion, but we'll dive into all of that. But let's hope you all brought your opinions. We're gonna have fun, be unfiltered. I know we have Jay in the wings, we have Bree in the wings. So I'm gonna bring both Bree and Jay up right now. What's up, Jay?
What's going on? Let me find myself in this square somehow. You got it zoomed all the way in.
Is that better for you?
Yeah.
You like that better so you can showcase that new hairdo you got going on?
I know, Jay. Ooh, ow, get girl.
She ain't new. She been out in these streets before. Not in these YouTube streets, but she been in these streets.
Love it. What's
this
going on, Bree?
You don't want to comb your hair.
I know, Bray. I know. I'm doing good. I'm tired, y'all, from working, but I'm doing good. How y'all doing?
Blessed.
Can y'all hear me?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we hear you.
Oh, okay.
Blessed. I'm loving your hair, Bree.
Oh, thanks, girl. It's about to come out too. I'm taking these crochets out. I was like, I need a break.
You look good.
Thank you. Y'all look good too. Hey, Chad. How y'all doing?
Hey, everybody. I know we so rude. We just get in here and start talking to each other.
Hey.
Ignore y'all. We don't mean to ignore y'all. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
I know we so rude. We just get in here. Sorry.
Y'all start, socializing with one another.
I know. Hey, y'all. Thanks, 2Ls. Thank you.
Thank you, 2Ls. I see it too. Thank you.
So we got some others that might pop in a little bit later. They've threatened us with a good time, so we'll see. Who joins us a little bit later tonight. So we will dive into it because I know we kept some of these folks waiting a little while, and boy, oh boy, were we expecting more from? Was it just me, or was I wrong to expect more from the part two than we actually got?
I know, to me, it's almost like unforgettable. Like, I'm just like, not unforgettable. It's forgettable because I'm like, I'm trying to remember what happened. I thought it was going to be better. And didn't someone say, I guess on Kojo's live about, something big was going to happen in part two? One of the people he interviewed. And I was like, oh.
Somebody in the chat, I think they said Kerry said that.
Yeah. It was something like that. It's something major. Like, we'll find out. I don't know.
Yeah, wasn't that major? Not major there.
I know. Mm-mm.
It should have been something major, but it wasn't, because definitely there was a part that came up that should have been addressed. Okay, a little in more in depth, but I don't know if that was edited and it did get addressed more. But if you putting fingers in people's noses and faces and all that stuff, that should have been addressed. Okay, for real. So, I mean, I know the host wasn't there or she's not a part of the show, so it kind of got glazed over real quick with some other stuff, but we should have ran that back and really got into that part right there. And I was a little shocked at Dante not really bringing it up too much, but I guess it's just one of them situations.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, I think the first thing that kind of just got, it didn't really get anywhere was the whole Camille Cornelius, and I guess in terms of Camille saying that she didn't say she was gonna, F everybody up. So that part, I guess they just chose to agree to disagree. And that's where it would have been great if we would have had Tommy there to navigate that and really, hold her accountable.
Yeah, I was just like, it was plain as day. It was on camera, so I don't even know how she could still deny that. But I honestly, sometimes with Camille, I just think she acts. Like, I can kind of like see through it. I don't think she's as crazy as I think other people make her out to be. I think she's just putting on an act. But who knows with these people?
Yeah, and we'll get into that a little bit later because I don't know if anybody had a chance to check out the different lives that were happening. So we will dive into some of the current day occurrences that are going on right now. But so, yeah, that kind of got swept under the rug. In terms of her not saying it or saying that they edited it, and she was talking to the producers. The end of the story, well, if we just take her word for it, she was cussing out somebody. So she was cussing out the producers, and for that, you're still wrong. So if we take your word for it, you weren't talking about, any of your fellow castmates. You were talking about production, and it's still ugly. It's still unnecessary. And I just still don't understand why they felt the need to be that particular way, right? So I'm still trying to understand this whole Brown Girl Squad. What was the need for it? Did they really need to have that and conduct themselves that way, right? So, was it really a Brown Girl Squad, or was it a way to people, to really just be kind of like that Mean Girls clique? What do y'all think?
You can go for it.
No, I didn't know if you guys were going or not. So it was, it's kind of like this catch-22 because I really would have loved for them to had shown better energy, better attitudes, especially naming it because they're all very beautiful women. They're very beautiful women. I'm not going to never take that away from them on the outside. But on the inside, what was coming out on screen wasn't that great. And it was kind of in a ranking, even though a lot of people don't like Camille technically wasn't the worst. Zadia, to me, in the ranking of it, would have been the worst as far as the attitude went. And then Camille was just with the antics or whatnot. And I mean, a lot of it is play for show, for camera or whatever. But the possessiveness, regardless if she wants to admit it or not, it showed up. It definitely showed up, And then poor little Nayeem is just lost in the sauce of it all. So I just really would have loved for them to take in that and made something beautiful of it, because you're playing into the stereotype that most white or people of no color community will see, you know what I'm saying? And they generalize darker skinned people as that. And don't get me wrong, us light skinned people have our ranking of attitudes too. You know, we got our moments where we just out here acting a plum fool and all this stuff like that. So this is something that is in within all of us. But this would have been a beautiful time to show them this is not just us, not just us all the time. And I wish they would have showed the more funner, the more lighter, the more beautiful side on the inside of them with this moment, you know, with this whole group, and highlighted more of themselves, especially with some people having the media background training and all of this stuff like that. They went to school for this, so they say. So you kind of know what the camera's going to pick up. You know the stereotypical viewpoints of how they see us at times. So you should have played into that and played up on the more qualities, the more beautiful qualities of yourself that you wanted to display. You know, it's fine to do things and then go apologize, but let's not do the things in the first place that we don't have to apologize. You know, let's bite our tongue in certain moments so we don't say the wrong thing or whatnot. Just hold that thought. Don't get so caught up that you forget that the cameras is on or whatnot and that people are going to be watching you. And yes, when you put the cameras on you, you are now a public figure. You're now somebody that people are going to start looking up to. You have to kind of like set a precedence. Even if this is a dating show, even this, if you're not taking this seriously, still setting a precedence for something. So, you know, when you start doing this clicking up and then starting to act like Mean Girls Club and all of this, it just shines more of a bad light. And then you label it with a colorist type thing. And no, it might not have started like that, but that's what you did. And so now it brings on a whole nother layer of meaning that, you know, we kind of trying to get away from. And yes, you people love to say, oh, you're black or whatever, so you can't be racist, you can't be colorist. You can. You absolutely can. I'm sorry, that's such a fraud that's saying that you can't be these things. You can be. You know, so I just wish they would have did better job and took better care with that. It would have been a beautiful thing, you know. And I'll say if they took more accountability, it could have still been a beautiful thing at the end.
Gotcha. Totally understand, Jay. Absolutely. Bree, come on, give it to us.
I'm all for you know you get the giggles. Like I don't know why I'm giggling today. Hey CYC girl. That whole brown I don't know. I don't think it was necessarily in the beginning about like the skin tone. I just think they just clicked up and just like I guess had a genuine connection as friends. But then, you know, to outside looking in, of course it can look like some type of colors thing. To me, they're just mean. I mean, that's just what it is. Like they're just mean. And I do agree with you, Jay. Camille definitely wasn't the worst. I do after seeing Zadia and all the stuff that she's been doing, and even behind the scenes of what some of the cast have been saying in interviews. Definitely she's at the top of kind of being like the meanest on there. I just think it's kind of like immature to have some type of like squad. I'm like, are we still really doing that at our big age? But I mean, I don't know. I guess for them, they thought it was cool. I heard they even have like an Instagram called the Brown Girls Squad or something. Something like that. Yeah, right. I heard that. So I don't know what that's all about. I pray for healing and you know, blessing something because I don't know what in the world made you do that. If y'all just want to be friends, just be friends. But to exclude other people, and then you know, you're saying because you want to embrace your melanin, you know, it just comes off like a certain type of way. So, and I totally agree, Jay, when you said you can be black and be racist and be a colorist because you definitely can. So, I mean, hopefully, you know, they'll get wiser in years and realize, you know, that wasn't cool. And we kind of need to take an L on that. And hopefully, you know, maybe apologize to some of the cast because it does come off as like being rude and just excluding people and being mean. So I don't really know what else to say about it. I just think it's kind of corny that they're doing that. I mean, no disrespect to them, but I just don't I just think it's kind of corny to me to be doing that. So that's just like my thoughts on it.
All right. I know. We know, Bree. We know you don't want to, you don't want to step on too many corns. You want to be delicate about it. And we appreciate that about you. Now, Seaway, what you got to say?
Hey guys, hey everyone. Surprisingly, I don't have much on it other than what's been already said. I think there was a lot of information that we don't have in the background that would maybe add context and color to why, to some of the things they did in conjunction with the Brown Girl Squad. Because from the surface, it just seems like that's the name that they gave a group to be, to exclude others and to be rude. It doesn't really seem like it has much to do with their color at all. But I did see some comments in the chat that someone said that it was formed to go against Courtney, and other people said they said other type of words that kind of gave it more context. But from what we saw on the camera, it just seemed like it was just a name for a group to be, mean girls. So I don't want to dig too much further into it. It's just kind of stupid, for grown people, and that's kind of, all I got on it.
That's it. You said what you said, right?
That's what I said.
It's just dumb.
It's just dumb. Like moving forward.
I love it. And that it is. I think like, look, at the end of the day, we have our jokes, and that's something that comes along with the culture when we think about our various shades of complexion. But at the end of the day, we all need to be showing up for each other, right? I laugh and have my little beige rage every now and then, and I call my beige brothers out when they have their beige rage. Walter had a little bit of beige rage. He even talked about it in his interview earlier. I'm telling y'all, just have some pity for us light skinned folks. I know y'all think we come with privileges, and I get that, but please just don't always make us the butt of the jokes. That's all I'm saying. Don't make us the butt of the jokes. We suffer too. We have pain too. We bleed red just like y'all. Come on. Just get the light skinned folks a break every now and then. Just a little break. That's all I'm asking. All right. That's right, Ravine. Unity in the Black community. That's what we need. UNITY. Where's Queen Latifah when you need her? So yeah, I just saw them as very immature, very sophomoric. It's like they just want to, get people underneath, try to control and wield their influence in a way that, is unnecessary. That's how I saw them. It's unfortunate. Listen, Zadia, Camille, whomever. I know Momeen was Black Girl Squad adjacent because she technically wasn't part of it, but she was part of it. So whomever, look, it just didn't look good. Own it. You guys created that whole little thing, and it was divisive. So it was divisive. You guys weren't nice. You weren't stepping. I know we had some sororities represented amongst the ladies. They weren't being philanthropic and community driven. No, they were being mean and excluding other folks. So look, when we see that in each other, we got to call each other out. And that's what I think. I like if somebody's doing wrong, just because you're my friend, you're my family member, we shouldn't just be standing by silently and saying, oh, well, I know them differently, and I think that's the thing that bothered me a little bit more. That is what bothered me more than anything else, was the people that are closest to them that could impact them was saying, well, oh, they don't treat me like that. You had Nayeem popping up and, piping up, bumping his gums. Oh, well, Zadia never did that to me. But bro, she did it to another dude, and it was unwarranted. So whether or not she's never treated you that way, she poked another guy, and you are now putting yourself in a situation to be in a relationship with her. That should give you pause, because why you think you're so special that she's not going to do that to you if she hasn't learned a better way to manage her emotions? It's going to be you. So don't think that anybody's above reproach. I think, that was the lesson for me. If you see your friends, your family moving in a wrong way, we got to call them out. Don't say, oh, well, they never did it to me. They never cussed me out. Well, they cussed somebody else out, and they're being rude, mean, nasty, and divisive to other people. Call them out. It's wrong. Wrong is wrong. So let's just start there, right? So first little couple, Zadia and that smug grin. She's like, "Oh, we're the couple," and referencing her and Nayeem, right? The couple that obviously became a couple after the fact, but last we saw, Zadia was taking her shoes off, her Chinese sandals off, and pointing fingers and faces. So because she was upset that Dante was, putting Aisha in his top. So now all of a sudden she says they had this romance on camera. We didn't really see it. We saw a little bit of coldness from her, towards Nayeem, and then now they want to be the poster child for Black love and Ready to Love. So is anybody buying that? Do you think that's a genuine relationship? What's the deal, Nayeem and Zadia?
I'm glad you brought that up because are they a couple? So they really said that they're a couple. Child, I don't even know. No, I wasn't buying it on Ready to Love, and I'm not buying it in real life. She doesn't like him like that. I could just tell, like she doesn't like him. She likes to keep him around because, some women like that, like, oh, this guy's like up on me. I'm gonna keep him in my back pocket. I think it's kind of one of those things. And I don't see how Nayeem can't see that. Like, you're kind of gonna be her second best. She's just keeping you around for those things. So I don't buy it. And she was just doing that. I don't know, maybe to kind of like get at Dante a little bit, like, yeah, I got him, we're a couple, so I'm not tripping off of you and Aisha. So I don't know. I'm not buying it. I don't know what they're doing now. I don't really particularly care that much, but I mean, if she says that they're together, then blessings to them. But no, I'm not buying that.
Yeah, I'm not buying it either. And it was just kind of weird when the host even kind of called it out and was like, "What do you think about how she told Dante I was gonna choose your A?" And basically laying it out that he was second fiddle, and he said he didn't have anything to say about that. So I frankly just don't understand them. Naeem has so much to say for everybody else, to everybody else, and nothing to say to Zadia. Zadia has so much to say to everybody else and nothing to say to Naeem. I don't know what they do behind closed doors. I wish I could be a fly on the wall just to understand their relationship because I don't get it. But from what I can see, it's in both of their interests to save face. And I think that's what they're doing. Zadia seems like she likes a little bit of the toxic. Naeem doesn't seem like he's gonna bring enough toxic for her, and that's why she liked that rah-rah with Dante. I just don't see her happy with a man that's not gonna give her a little bit of rah-rah. Naeem is too calm when it comes to her. Again, he has a lot to say to all the women. So no, I don't buy it. Very, very fake. But we could be wrong because they're kind of different when it comes to each other. So who knows? But I'm not buying it.
Yeah, maybe they're uniting like Marvel characters or something. Because I don't understand. I don't understand. How they came together, and if that's not a toxic bond. I know we talk about trauma bonds, but it looks like a toxic bond to me because what's the basis of their relationship? The foundation is nonsense and arguing and fighting on a reality show. Then it comes out that Naeem was cursing at Sydney when they were at some event, right, on behalf of Camille and and Zadia, and then Zadia's getting up in her face. It's like, come on, why can't we do better? So I do understand. I know I gave Tocia some heat for her walking out scene last week, and I mean I get it, but I do still think it's a little bit of attention seeking, but I understand that she's probably just tired of all the back and forth, tired of all the pettiness. folks should be grown and not really conducting themselves in this way. But I think she could have said that from her seat, but that's just my opinion. So next event was Corey and all that crying. Now, come on. Like, bro, it's like, I don't even know what to call that guy. He should be like the poster child for, I just need attention and I missed something growing up. I don't understand. He seems like he had a wholesome childhood. I don't know where the missing link is, but at the end of the day, the tears, the talking about, I don't know why I do this, it just made no sense to me. I just feel like the guy has zero self-awareness, and really still at his very grown age has not learned how to navigate the dating scene. So that brother for sure needs to sit on the bench and heal. So anybody, any other thoughts on Corey? I'll go around. I don't know who wants to go first.
I don't mind, because I know some people are not going to like what I have to say about it. But Corey, let me start by saying I believe Corey's tears were real. And I also believe that Mumin and Courtney had a right not to be moved by his tears, because they were both personally affected by his behavior. Corey, to me, and this is from my experience, I'm not diagnosing him, but he reminds me of someone who's on the spectrum to me. And I say that because I don't think we can judge him with the same lens that we would judge someone who is completely neurologically normal. I think he has stuff that's going on, and it affects the way that he interacts with others. It affects the way that he expresses emotion, because when I saw his emotion on that stage, it immediately clicked to me that it was real. It may not make sense to us. And like Sabrina said, she was like, I think it was Sabrina. She was like, I talked to him, and I feel that the way he processes things are different than the way we process things. And I think that is the reason why she had a different understanding. And you guys can say we can stop with the diagnosing, but if you're going to sit on a platform and criticize someone for the way they interact with others, you are allowed to try to figure out maybe why they're different. I think we always think that everyone is different. We think everyone is the same. Everyone shows up the same in this world, and that is not true. I mean, some people have issues, and the way he interacts with people, if you can read the room and pay attention, you can see that maybe he is different. Call it what you want. But I'm not going to sit here and criticize this man for acting quite different. I'm going to keep saying different in his ways that he interacts with people, and not try to figure out maybe there's a reason for that. So I'm not in his medical room. I don't know what's going on with him, but I definitely felt like his tears were sincere. And I definitely believe that he feels bad the way he has affected others, but I don't think he can control it. So that's just my opinion. You guys could just say that he's just a trash person, but it's easy to call someone a trash person. He has something that's making him act different. And I don't think it's just because he's a bad person. I'm not going to just keep putting people in that box unless it fits. There's some people that it fits, but I don't think it fits for him. And I actually felt really bad for him, because I don't think that he can control the way he shows up in this world and the way he treats others. And I think that's unfortunate. So that's just, my 2 cents, but I definitely felt bad for him.
Okay, who's next? What's up, Corey? You in the shadows back there.
Yeah, I'm lurking today. Yeah.
What's up, bro?
I'm good, man. I'm good. My thoughts on Corey's situation with crying. It did catch me by surprise, like it caught everybody else by surprise. But I think for me, I can't say that it was fake. I can't say I can't say that because those tears were instant. Like he's trying to understand something that he can't understand, and that is a fearful place to be. So my heart goes out to him. I hope he gets the help that he needs. But I know he's trying to find love, but he has a very different way of getting to that point, and I think that it's not doing him any good right now. So he definitely needs some assistance, whether it's professional like therapy or it's just someone sitting down talking to him about how to talk to a woman, how to court a woman. You definitely need some assistance in that area. So that's my 2 cents on Corey.
Okay. What you saying, Bree?
Well, I guess I never thought about, you guys' perspective on it. I don't think Corey's a bad person at all. I really don't. I don't think, he's a trash person. I just think sometimes he puts on for attention. As far as the tears, I mean, I'll be honest, in my opinion, I just think he was just putting on for attention and, to just, get the girls' attention or whatever. I just still, I don't know. That's just me, but I don't think he's a bad person. Oh man, I don't know even what to really say about him because I do believe he wants a relationship. That I do believe. It's just how he goes about it is wrong. And I just think he really needs to mature and develop in that way of how to approach women and, not telling 10 different women the same thing and making them feel like they're the only ones when they're not. And also too, he needs to be honest. He did lie. What was it? To Mumi when she asked him like, oh, did you tell any other woman that you wanted them to meet your parents? And he basically denied that. So he needs to be honest. He does need to take accountability in that factor, but I don't think he's a bad person. As far as those tears last night, just in my opinion, I do think he was kind of just putting on a little bit, maybe not a whole bunch, but I do think, just to get some type of sympathy in a way. But I do genuinely believe he does want to find somebody. He wants somebody to embrace him and who he is. I think he just kind of needs to know how to navigate that and how to work his way in dating, specifically in my opinion. So, that's just kind of how I feel about what happened last night. So that's my thoughts on Corey in that segment.
Balanced and nice as always, Bree.
I'm not.
I hear the accountability. I hear the accountability in there.
Yeah.
I hear, making better choices in relationships. We get in the softer side of Seaway. This is 2022. I'm just loving this. I'm loving this this softer side of Seaway. I'm appreciating it. Jay, I know Jay stepped away. I don't know if you're back, Jay. Otherwise, we'll circle back.
Oh, you remember I'm here, huh? Oh, okay.
Oh gosh, here she goes.
Okay. I'm gonna hold yourself accountable, okay? Hold yourself accountable. Nah. So I'm with both Seaway and I'm with Bree on this. Okay. Corey's up in there too. So sprinkle. I'm in the middle with everybody. If you watch Little Black Books Live with Corey, if you watched all 4 hours, praise you. Okay. But where we say he's different is the way he processes things is different. The way, you may have to give him information in a different manner. There are some people that I know personally that are like this, so I kind of understand where he's going. If you guys want somebody in a public figure, Kanye West is that. Okay, Kanye West has some good things that he says, some things that are a little bit off, but when you really deep what he's saying, it makes sense to a certain degree. You know what I'm saying? He just doesn't have the proper way of putting it sometimes. It doesn't always come out right. I'm here with Bree as far as the fact that when they called him out for the lies that he was telling, he needed to be accountable because you was telling some lies. You was doing a lot of deflecting. All of that part right there about you, that needs to change. That needs to be fixed, period. Okay. You got to do something about that. running to telling the same woman the same thing, every different woman the same thing or whatever and stuff like that. In the real world, like I said before, that will work. That would actually work because all of these women are not talking to each other, but you're on the show where these women are talking to each other. And it wouldn't matter if he did different things for these women. They're talking to each other. You know what I'm saying? So it was kind of a lose-lose situation for Corey anyway. Where I see the tears and why I feel like they were real in the moment is because the processing of learning that I am doing something. And what made me really realize he was saying what the tears was real is because he sat there and said, why do I keep doing this? I've had women in my past tell me I do too much. So in that moment, that was him actually realizing there is something about me that is not clicking to get it right. And all I want is this situation that my mom and my dad have. You know, so I do think for a split second, them tears is real. You know, I don't know how long they lasted because when the next scene they was kind of gone, but you know, edited could have wiped them tears away real quick. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, but I do feel like he really processed. You know, I'm making mistakes, and I'm supposed to be out here coaching other people. This is my life, you know what I'm saying? And so what am I doing wrong? You know, I've been in that space before where it's like I can't blame nobody else. I got to look at me and figure out what am I doing to keep landing in these type of situations where I keep hearing the same thing. If a whole bunch of people keep telling me the same thing, I must be doing something wrong. I must be the problem. So I think really in that moment, he realized he is the problem. And he, like Corey said, he has to figure out what he's doing, you know, and that's a lot. He needs somebody to kind of guide him in that moment to tell him what is it he's doing. And hopefully he would receive it and start to make those changes. So, you know, I'm with you guys all in this moment. I just really wish he would have owned up on his lies instead of trying to talk back out of them again. You know what I'm saying? It's like, bro, you told some lies. Say that you did it. Stop trying to clear yourself out of it. You said it. You did it. Let's move on.
And piggyback off of that, I think just because someone may have a problem or someone may be different, or I think in Corey's case, very delayed. I think he presents a lot younger than he is, and I don't think that's by happenstance. That does not mean that a person gets a pass to go through this world hurting people, just to be clear, or lying to people, or all the stuff that he did. You know, I feel like step one is, like he said, recognizing that he has a problem. That's step one. But he doesn't seem to be ready to move to step two to fix that problem, because when he had the opportunity to be accountable to Tocia and everyone else about his lying and deceiving, he wasn't ready to do that. So I think the point is, if you recognize that someone has a problem and they're not ready to fix it, I'm not saying go and try to be their savior and try to, you know, be their therapist. That's they need to do that on their own. But for me, the way I discuss him, I do have to recognize that there is something different there. But that doesn't give him a pass at his age to know he has a problem and not try to fix it and go through the world hurting people. Because I do think that he hurt Courtney and Mumin, and he affected Tocia. Whether they should have known or not, he did affect them. And he has to own that. You know, he doesn't get a pass for that.
And let me also say this too. This is to Will Oliver. We all are different, yes. But when I say different, it's different thinking from the masses. That's what makes him different. Because majority of us would say, Corey, you messed up. That was stupid. He gonna sit there and be like, I don't get it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not trying to give him an outlet for it, like C-Way say, it doesn't give him a pass or whatever, but he is different from the masses. So as a whole, he would be that one oddball out. That's what I mean by different.
Okay. Now, I think it's a good conversation to have, and, you know, C-Way added some different context that there might be something out there. I know some people have said Asperger's, or, you know, there's also something called a savant, where somebody is highly intelligent and high functioning on one end, and on the other end, they have some, whether it's limited social skills or some capabilities. I'm not sure if it's any of those or one of them, but we definitely see something. But what I see from Corey is a lot of lies and deception, and that's my problem. And he's almost calculating about it. And I think about the scene where we all kind of got a sense of something's not right here, that cringy moment when he jumped up on the back of that log with Mumin. And he when he was questioned about it, he was like, well, she called me back there. And we all were kind of saying we could understand those moments where somebody might be uncomfortable, but they just they don't know how to react in this situation. And it's 100% what Mumin explained when she was able to talk about the situation in interviews. So I think that there's something to be said for that. And he really, I hope he gets a chance. And maybe that's where the tears were coming from, if they were real, where the fact that he got to watch and see himself on TV, and maybe there was a little bit of embarrassment, right? What I heard was, why do I try so hard? And that's not about trying so hard. It's about, why do you do the things that you do? Why are you unable to read the room? Why are you unable to effectively communicate with people, and especially women, right? Because he's adopted this whole persona of first date king, because he thinks he's cornered the market on first dates. So he does not have a self perception that is based in truth, because he really is out here thinking that he has the best first dates, and that he can teach people how to have the best first dates. And I don't think he's done a temperature check with the women that he's been in relationship with. And that's the biggest thing that I see. It's like, when you're dating and you're in relationships, especially love relationships, you need to be checking in. You need to be asking questions. You need to see how they feel about certain things, and genuinely. So that's my thing. I don't think he's the worst person to ever run the earth, but I do think he is problematic. And if his behaviors don't get checked and fixed, it's going to continue to be issues down the line for him. Any other final remarks on first date king Corey?
Yeah. For what it's worth, I will say this: I did like how Cornelius was like telling him it was okay. I mean, just to separate the issue, you know what I'm saying, of him actually crying. The fact that another man can tell another man that it's okay. I don't know if there was a motive behind what Corey was doing or not. I'm not here for that one. But I will say that I did like the fact that Cornelius was like, hey, take your time, it's okay, it's okay. He felt it. He believed it. So going off his genuine response to how Corey was reacting, I did want to shout him out for that.
Yeah, no, that was I know Sydney wished that the guys would have piped up at another time, but this was a great instance when the fellas, a couple of them, right? Because it was Phil. Phil said something to him. I believe Walter, his vase opened up and he began to say something to him. So I was glad that they, they called him out, like you said, Corey, and just, said, hey, listen, we want to stand with you, bro, but we got to call wrong is wrong. All right. So I think, we got enough energy for Corey, and unfortunately Tocia, I know, I believe Seaway and Bree touched on her in the sense of their interactions. But speaking of Tocia, what does everybody think? Do you think, she came out of this journey seeing anything differently, and how she would navigate the process? Do you think she's evolved and learned anything from this based on what we've seen up to this point? Jay, you want to go first? No. Who's first? Come on, somebody.
I mean, I would say it's hard to say. I personally enjoyed her interview with Kojo. I definitely want to party with her in Ghana in December. Her story was beautiful and enlightening. I will say, as far as her journey, she seems very self-aware of her flaws and her downfalls and things that she has to work on. That's kind of what I gathered from the interview, that she's aware that she comes across a little rough sometimes. Look, I'm from Chicago too. I get it, you know. It's very blunt. We can be very, very blunt. I think she's aware of that. I think she seems like she understood why her last relationship didn't work out. But I will say, over the course of the season, and maybe it's the editing as well, and in some of the manipulation of production, i.e., making someone stay in a car for 2 hours before letting them come out on a date. I mean, that would piss anybody off, right? But even though she recognizes her flaws, I don't know if she's fully fixed all of them yet, but we're all a work in progress, So I think it's going to be a wait and see. I do appreciate someone who recognizes what they have to work on. I think that's step one, but fully putting it in practice I think that takes time. And the more she looks at herself on TV and, talks things down in interviews, I'm sure she'll continue to get there. But playing around with Corey is not a good start. That's not a good start to changing, because he has red flag all over him. And that's anybody who was messing around with him. Mumine, Courtney, and Tocia, he clearly is not ready for prime time. So if you got invested in him, beyond one interaction, I'm going to think we're going to have to, go back, what do you say, sit on the bench and heal? Because he clearly is a red flag. So you got to be able to spot these red flags to progress. But that's all I got. Not a lot of men can take a very blunt, straightforward woman. So I think she's gonna have to find the right guy, because a lot of men are gonna find that to be off-putting. And talking about our career, because quiet as it's kept, a lot of men don't give a F about our career. I don't know if women know that, though. I think a lot of us, we think men care, but just a lot of men just don't care about your career. I hate to be the first person to say it if y'all don't know. And I'm a career woman myself, but they just don't care. And if you're leading with your career, I can tell you they're going to be put to sleep, because they don't give an F.
Wow.
There's the COA we know and love.
I mean, it's true. They don't care. Unless they're trying to count your pockets like y'all favorite
Don't do it.
What's his
back
name?
to 13. Don't go back to 13. No.
Unless he's trying to count your pockets like, what is his name? I'm about to call him Gilbert.
I'm not helping you.
I forgot that man's name.
Good.
Look, Mr. Dusty. Yeah, he care about your career. That's about it. I'm done.
Okay. Who's next? Who's next?
Thank y'all, because he wasn't going to tell me. I really forgot. I divested from that season. I forgot that man's name. Gil.
That is so good.
Yeah, I mean, I'll speak on Tocia. In my most humble opinion of Tocia, I think that I will have to agree with what Seaway said, that most men would find that off-putting. There's nothing wrong with being a strong-minded woman. There's nothing wrong with being confident in your abilities. But with Tocia, it does come off to me to be kind of a front, because the confidence she's showing doesn't add up with other people in the room. So I remember when Aisha came in the room and she kind of balled up into a little ball when she was so confident in her pink outfit at the time. And it just seems to me like it's more of a front with Tocia, but it's nothing like, again, there's nothing wrong being confident, but a lot of men would see the way that she handles that, her attitude about it would be off-putting to me, just personally me. I can't really speak for all men, but just me, that personality will be off-putting to me. So, Seaway, we care about careers, okay? we care about careers, but as far as it being a deciding factor of if we're going to be with you or not, then no, not in that way. But we want a smart, intelligent woman too. So nothing wrong with that.
Y'all care a little bit. just a little bit.
Yeah, no, I'm right there with you, Corey. And I would say absolutely do. Yes, we care, and I think we want you to be in a position to be able to take care of yourself. We love I mean, I don't want to say every man, but I love a woman that's professional and has a career and is goal oriented, because we can build and grow from there. But what I would say is my main thing is don't bring your career home with you. So if you are a manager at work, if you are an attorney at work, you can leave those at the job place. Or if you work from home, when you turn that computer off, then you can leave them inside your Excel and your Outlook and your PowerPoint presentations. I don't need to be bullet pointed. I don't need to be managed. I don't need to be talked to like one of your colleagues or one of your subordinates. That's the thing for me, right? And I don't want to be inundated with whatever's going on with work. If you're having a bad day at work, sure, let's talk about it, you know, and tell me you just want to vent and you don't want me to problem solve. And I'm good. I'll listen to you. But don't make your job everything. And we're always talking about your job, right? Because I think in one of the things she was like, oh, so and so still doesn't know what I do for a living. What you're okay. You're an entrepreneur, and I'm sure aspects of your business are probably very technical. So yeah, if that person isn't familiar with that, they're not going to know what you do. They're going to say you're a small business owner. But I think we should know more about you, right? More about what you want in relationships, more about what kind of person you are. What's your, if buy into the whole love language, right? What's your love language? How do you like to communicate? How do you address issues? Those things are the things that are going to make our relationship, not your career. It's important, but, and just like Miss Creative said, right? Take pride in it, but it's not your identity. I think that's that's how I feel. But listen, there's people out there, there's women out there that are like that, and they want a man to be there. I saw this woman on Steve Harvey. They did an excerpt from it, and she was like, she wants a Scottie Pippen. She wants to be Michael Jordan, and she wants her man to be Scottie Pippen. Yeah, I'm sorry. You might find him, but it might be a long time before you find him. Who's next?
I don't really have anything on Tocia. I think she's learned some aspects of herself, just by watching herself in certain scenarios in the dating world. I do think maybe, like we all do, have more to grow. But I did love her interview. I really enjoyed that. But I don't think she's evolved. No, I think there's still work that she still needs to do. I think she even said that too in her interview. She still has some things that she needs to work out. But I don't think that she's evolved. But I do like her. Hopefully she'll find somebody. And I do think it does take a certain type of man to be with her. Because she's definitely, she can be a bit much. But yeah, that's kind of my thoughts on it. And I'm laughing at the chat. Y'all cracking me up today because somebody, I think it was Lin, she said, if you're an attorney, just say you're an office assistant to a guy. He'll be like, I guess he'll feel better about it. Y'all are too funny. So yeah, me, I mean, if you ask me what I do, I'll tell you, but I don't know. I don't really just come out saying it. If anything, I want him, like, y'all know what I be saying. I want the money. So you can bring that home to me. You ain't got to worry about me telling you what happened at work. Just come on home, bring the money, and let's just do this thing. So that's just my thing on it.
That's it. And Bree, I know as long as you get to not cook 2 days out of the week, you're good.
I know there's nothing wrong. What did I say? Sunday through Thursday? Yeah, because I don't do weekends. So Friday and Saturday, I said we could do hot dogs and beans or Chick-fil-A, or we can go out to eat something. So he'll be all right.
It's a no for the hot dogs and beans, but Chick-fil-A, we can work that out.
We can do that.
Too funny.
I feel like
Jay,
Jay,
I don't want to miss you. Do you have
Jay
something
got some
to say?
heat.
No, laughing at Seaway. Listen, okay. There's something wrong with everybody, period. Okay. So I'm gonna say this first. There's nothing wrong with Tocia as far as the men on the show was concerned, because clearly she was not in the bottom after the first time. Or whatever. Either that they were scared after the first check-in she gave them. Okay, so I don't know which what it was, why she wasn't really in nobody's bottom, but a lot of the men did come to her defense in that moment, especially with Corey when he was trying to praise himself as if he was keeping her on the show or whatnot. Walter stepped up, Cornelius and a couple of Dante stepped up, a couple of other guys stepped up and spoke out, that, Tocia is very cool. So that means there's more to Tocia that we have not seen. With that said, though, when you listen to the interview with Little Black Book, she is very guarded, and with every right so, from childhood experiences or whatnot. It's going to take a while when you start deprogramming yourself from the things that you have gone through with childhood experience. It does take a while. It does take quite a bit of therapy. It does take a lot of healing to let it all go. Thank you, High Vibes. But when she's going through that, she's going through the process. I'm hoping that she's getting the therapy that she needs to deal with that part of her. Because once she lets that part of her down, then the wall will start to come down and she'll be more open to letting people in a lot sooner to different parts of her life. Because I think that's really what it is my work is my wall. And everything else besides that is my personal. So once I get comfortable enough to share that part with you, then I'll stop talking about work so much. But if you continue to give me this vibe that I'm not going to let you in. So until that day comes that she gets more in tune with her new self or her future self and is in this place where the healing has either began or is already finished, she won't be open to talking about anything else. And that's just going to be who Tocia is for now. But until then, hopefully the man that she deals with, he gonna love it. If you find that right man for you that comes in, he gonna ask every day, baby, how was work today? You want to talk about it. You want to do this. And he gonna actually be there to listen. I'm not the type that really get into too much of the drama at work to even bring it home to you. So, it's always gonna be a good day for me when I come home. But when you're running your own business and stuff, things happen. Sometimes you do need to vent it out or whatnot. So, like I say, and she might find somebody in her process while healing that is down for that. A lot, it might be off-putting to a lot of men. They don't want to hear it. Hell, it's off-putting to me if I hear a man talk about his job all daggone day. I'm not going to lie to you. I don't want to hear about it all day. I want to hear more about you. I want to get to know more about you. But when we're not in a place of healing or being healed already, it's kind of hard to trust people with that part of ourselves. So I just say, shout out to her, give her more prayers that she gets more of the healing that she needs from what she's experienced from a child so she can move forward complete and whole and healed in her future relationship.
Yeah, you you bring in some good points about the context, right? And if everybody hasn't checked it out, I would encourage you to, head over to Little Black Book and check out the interview he did with her, because it definitely gave some layers to Tocia and why she's kind of guarded and has that tougher exterior, but she has really made it out the mud and had some really tough times and had some great accomplishments despite the challenges she had growing up, right? So I think knowing the context gives us a better picture of the person, but and she's also acknowledged that she's in therapy. So I think all of those things make for someone that has the ability to do better in relationships, and because they're acknowledged and willing to work on them. But I'll say that her background, that tough exterior, I get it, and it can be off-putting. And I think sometimes, even in that interview that she had with Kojo, she was missing the mark with some of the questions that she was being asked. And the defensiveness was coming out because she's so used to protecting herself, that she's just so ready to go, right? She's always armed with information. She's always looking at things from this kind of like strategic perspective. An example of this is when she just got so annoyed when she was going on the X date, and Shiloh was there, and Phil's girlfriend was there, and she came later. So I think, like, at the end of the day, she missed it because she got so caught up on, why was I here next, and why am I sitting here, and why is it like I'm the side chick and I'm the one, not the two. She's getting all caught up in all the wrong things. You're on a dating show, ma'am. Just take it easy, relax, fall back. It's okay. And I think somebody put this in the comment section. I think it was Lady and Son, and she said, there it goes. This is a different comment, but earlier Lady and the Sun said it's more than, that femininity part. And I'm not going to sit here and try to tell women how to be women. I'm just saying this is a comment that spoke to exactly what we're talking about. And I think femininity does flow in all different types of ways. I'm not saying you have to be one set stereotype, but I think people do get caught up in this. Femininity is, if I wear heels and a dress. That is a part of it. Beauty is a part of it, but that's not everything, because you can be in sweats and chilling around the house with me, which is how, if we're married and in a relationship, you're going to be in your comfort zone most of the time. You're not going to be walking around the house in high heels all day long. So you're still feminine in that moment, and it's how you choose to navigate the process, how you talk, how you work with knowing what and who a man is, right? And it's the same way for us as men, when we're masculine and dealing with women. We know and we understand that a woman is different than us, and we treat you different and with respect and in a way that acknowledges who you are. And I think that's what, when we say we're looking for a feminine woman, we're looking for the woman that acknowledges who we are as men and treats us that way, right? And doesn't go out of your way to compete with us, which sometimes does happen, right? Because it's not a competition. We're on the same team. So I think that's where Tasia needs to kind of get out of that zone. It's like, I'm not the one and I'm the two. I'm not the two, I'm the one. And all of this stuff. It's like you can take that out. We grown now. I understand you had to fight a little bit growing up, but you don't got to fight. The dating scene shouldn't be a battlefield. If it's a battlefield, put down your guns and take a break. What do y'all think? What do the ladies think about that?
I agree with what you said. I'm not mad at it.
Okay, I got Seaway. 1 point for Seaway.
I mean, I can go on a tangent about it, but I mean, I think I agree with what you said.
Now, anybody else? Jay, Bree, what y'all think?
No, I agree. Definitely with everything that you said. I don't think I have too much to say though. But yeah, it was very good what you said.
Oh my gosh, I'm overwhelmed. I get no pushback, no nothing. I get nothing but agreement. Don't give me the bump in my gums. So I think we're good. From that, we're good on Tocia, right? You know, I think we saw who she was. You know, we see some development. There's still some opportunities for her to be a little more open to some feedback. I think, you know, but she was definitely entertaining to watch and not somebody I want to mess with. I would definitely not be messing with her because she looked like she'll cuss you out and get you told real quick. So who is the next couple we want to go to? You want to go to Aisha and Dante next?
Did they say much on this? What did they talk about?
They just talked about where they are, where they stand. We could either do Aisha and Dante or Phil and Sydney.
Oh Lord, either one. Hey, Miss Misha. I just saw her in the comments.
Hey, what's up, Miss Misha?
Whichever one you want, Sean. It's your world.
Oh boy, I'm not used to this. So let's go with Phil and Sydney then. Y'all usually be fighting with me.
It's the lies. You fight on my channel because you want to come over there and run everything. This is your channel. You the boss.
Oh Lord, what done happened?
See, Corey done logged off. He ain't trying to be in the fight.
You kick Corey out.
I can't kick anybody out over here, okay? I ain't even a moderator over here. Don't try me.
Oh Lord, Jay. You want to go? Just go ahead. Talk about Phil and Sydney. Go ahead. Go on.
Oh my God, best dressed couple of the night for me. Yes, I loved it. Sydney was banging in that dress. Okay, I loved it. Found out that they managed to go to the same designer unknowing to each other, unbeknownst to each other. So that was kind of cool. I was like, oh, I see, little connection. Despite what everybody else has been saying, I'm still team them. Okay. So, you know, everybody else has been like, they don't see it for them. They don't think it was going to make it. You know what I'm saying? They're still kind of holding strong right now. I know there's still honeymoon phases for all the couples that are on the show right now, but they're still in there. They made it past the reunion and they're still doing lives and hanging out and being at each other's interviews in the backgrounds, shouting out things. So they are still doing good. I loved it. I love their little package together. It was a lot of hating from the other people, so it was kind of distracting me from paying attention to what was going on really between them and everything else. I thought their package was last week, actually, with Phil and Sydney. No, wasn't it last week?
Was it last week or this week?
It was last week, but I did like, they were like, if you see the sitting structure, Phil was down here, Sydney was up here. And when Nayeem kept butting in and jumping in, they were holding hands and he was still calming her down and keeping her calm and that. So I did like that. You know, he was keeping her cool as she was screaming, give Nayeem a peach. And what was the other thing she told him? She told him something else. Oh,
can y'all check him?
No. She was like, when he was trying to go and he was like, nobody even voted for you. You was already voted off.
Yeah. When was during the Zadia and Nayeem.
Yeah, he said he self-eliminated. She was like, we didn't, you was voted off. Let's if you want to be for real. So, you know, it was cool. I don't know. We'll see. Oh.
Misha, you want the link? You want the link, Misha? Oh man, Misha. Okay.
Well, see, you should have jumped in and said it, but you didn't. Okay, no.
Next,
Miss Misha done said it now.
Look, that's what she said it better because I didn't really have no words for them, but that works too.
Hey, they'll be longer than Zadia and Nayeem, okay? Zadia and Nayeem friendship, okay? Because that's what they are. They're just friends, and not
What's
even
up, the
with benefits.
platonic relationships that people be in?
Yeah,
feel
I
like
mean,
The
look,
work, that's like the equivalent of a work wife and a work husband.
Yeah.
well, look, Sean didn't want me to say it earlier, so I'm gonna go ahead and say it now about Zadia and Naeem, okay? The fact that she gonna sit there and say that she didn't choose him second to Dante, but she agrees with the fact, I mean, she likes him because he listens and obeys. I said, oh. And he had to, Zadia, she said that, and he had the nerve to pipe up and say, yes, she gives me she gives me things, and I follow it. I follow directions well. I said, oh, okay.
Oh, I missed that.
Yo, go back and see it. Yes. She thought she was doing something, and he thought he was doing something more. When he said that, he was like, yes, I follow directions well. I was like, we can tell. But she keep piping up for her when they asked her a question. So obviously, down dog, down. All right. Good boy. Way to behave. Sit.
And he's that makes sense because she probably sent him to attack when they were fussing and carrying on at that party.
I'm not celery. See. I'm not even about to repeat it up here what you done wrote. But yes, okay. So exactly. So we just gonna go there. So yeah, but everybody has their period on feeling them. They might not last. Most couples don't last past anything, but I think they'll last longer than Zadia and Naeem. Actually, Zadia and Naeem, he gonna continue to do whatever she says. So hell, we'll never know how long they really last.
I just think if they were, I think they're serious enough to be kicking it over each other's houses. Like every live, it seems like they don't go on a live unless somebody's in the background of somebody's live. I don't know if that's intentional or they're just actually spending a lot of time together. But I just feel like the way Phil was talking on the reunion, he's looking for something serious. If he thought Sydney was serious, I feel like he would have already made a serious move by now. Clearly, there is something holding them up from being serious. Because they said the reunion was in November or December, November 7th, whatever. I'm thinking about the timeline from Corey's quote unquote mistress. She gave the timeline. Right. So it was November 7th. That's what we need to talk about.
We got time.
Yeah, come on. We're gonna save that for the end. We'll save
I'm about to say, forget Phil and Sydney. That's what we need to talk about.
Listen, you want to end the live at an hour and 15 minutes?
Yeah, let me interject though. How serious of a move that he needed to make though in 3 months, 2 months?
I mean, like an actual relationship. I'm not saying like on bended knee, but okay. They're not in a man doesn't need more than 2 months to figure out if he's going to be in a relationship with you. And at all of our big grown ages, if he needs more than 2 to 3 months, you might as well just keep it moving because he's not serious. And with Phil, I don't think it's him not being serious. I think he's reciprocating energy. That's what I'm getting. And the energy from Sydney says she wants something different. But the way she talks about that NFL player that she was with or whatever, I feel like that's still the type of time she's on. Phil is no NFL player, and I don't know. I feel like there's something that's keeping her from giving him the real like green light. And he ain't stupid. He's not gonna go, running after somebody who's not giving him the real green light. So this will be done soon, I believe, because I don't think they want the same things.
Like he said, he's fully committed to her right now. She didn't say anything, so we'll see.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense to me because, and I get it. He's a social butterfly, but every time I turn around, I see Phil. Phil's in the comments. Phil's in everybody's interview. Phil's in Walter's interview. Sydney's on live. Phil's in the background with Sydney and her other friends. Libba goes live. Phil's in the background hugging and kissing and carrying on. It's like, bro, It's like college. Like, that's how, when I was in college, that's how you were just everywhere all at once. You settle down, you trying to get serious, and that's why I just don't take them seriously. You would be, intentional in spending time with your partner, right? Or if you're out and about, you're gonna see your partner more often. Like, I think when I look at somebody who, a couple that has it to make it, I look at Aisha and Dante, the way they kind of navigate. Now they're still social, but they're together with each other. And whatever there one woman that, and listen, game respects game, right? But there's not one woman that we've heard on an interview or talked to that said they didn't have some type of interaction with Phil. Sabrina, we just interviewed her, and she was like, "Oh, I talk to Phil every day now." Bro, like, what are you doing? Come on. Like, if you're intentional, how are you still carrying out all these, these friendships? I don't know how you keep up with them. So that's why I just think, like, he's still having fun. It's like, oh, I have this one's number, and I just met this one, and they're entertaining. I'm going to talk to this one and that one. If you're busy and working, how do you have time to talk to all of these people? That's just my thought.
Sean, isn't it ironic that we all kind of have to eat crow, that the most serious, the one person dating with intention is the one that all the women dragged in the comments for having 3 baby mamas? I just want to put that out there.
No. Most of the women, let's clarify that.
85 to 90% of the women.
Okay, because this 1% right here was trying to tell y'all, let that man breathe. Okay, because I am a product of it. Okay, my daughter is a product of, well, her siblings, because I had the first one. So, but it's okay. It happens. There is love for men with many. Okay.
Well, clearly, look, I'm just putting out there.
Say it with your chest, Jay. Go ahead.
He's the only one dating with intention out this whole situation. That's crazy.
Listen, after 3 baby mamas, you better be.
Yep.
Right, you never know.
If it wasn't for his fancy job title, there'd have been some dust brooms around.
Oh, geez.
No, please don't you start, because you already got people talking about I got a double standard for that man Gil. I'm already I'm like, y'all gonna believe what y'all want to believe at this point. Double standard me up at this
point. Got shot on the dust bandwagon, and now he can't stay.
That's it. Listen, if we're gonna use it, we're gonna be equal opportunity dust ups. It's gonna be an equal opportunity dust up. All right.
Say it again, C-Way.
He gonna cape for Gil if he don't do nothing else.
Ain't nobody caping for no daggone Gil.
I just want to say, it's a double standard. I just want to point out.
I wish I could see your face saying it right.
Don't get mad. Don't get mad.
Is it just me, or is it a double standard? Okay. Thank you, sir. It's just
you. We got to call things out in 2022. You know what I'm saying?
I am tickled. The abs are coming back. Thank y'all.
Blow me. Everybody in the comments, see, wait.
That's right. Got you.
Right.
So yeah. So I think, like, listen, I wish them the best. Who is that? Is that you, C-Way, that kept saying that? I wish them the best.
Yeah, that was me. And I do. I really love Dante and Aisha. And they seem like I can tell they're having a real relationship, because they mention that they've gone through the typical ups and downs of people who are really serious. I mean, if you're really serious, you're not going to be kikiing and bubbly. Like when you're blending kids, I can't speak to that, but I can imagine if you're blending kids and lifestyles and careers and things like that, you're going to have some growing pains. And if you don't, you're probably not serious. So to hear them say that, I'm like, I commend them for giving love a shot and not wasting their time just to be on TV. They seem like they're really being serious and giving it a shot. And if it doesn't work out, that's okay. But, taking a risk on love is always commendable. And I think that's wonderful that they're trying. Because I can't say that for the other people playing in our faces and their own faces. So.
Exactly, Seaway, because the answers that they were given was real. Like to when you having a real relationship, the real up and downs. We're gonna see where it goes from here. We're gonna take it one day at a time, type thing. You know what I'm saying? So I'm here for it.
Bree, you've been quiet over there. What you thinking?
I'm just thinking like part 2 was not hitting. Like it's almost forgettable. I'm like, what even happened? I don't know, y'all. Or is it just me? Because it just I don't know. I really do remember Aisha and Dante. I do like their relationship, and I agree with everyone saying like that's a real relationship when you're going through the ups and downs, and how do you get through them. And so they gave the solution about she was saying like she gave him his space, and but she's always going to be there for him when he needs her. So I enjoyed what they were speaking about on the relationship, but I don't know. Like, I don't, yeah, the Phil and Sydney thing, that was like more so last week. I wish them the best as well. The only thing that I was annoyed at was in Sydney's interview when Kojo asked, like, okay, so are you guys exclusive or what? And she's like, I just don't want to say like we're just doing our own thing, but we're not seeing anybody. And I'm just like, okay, what was the point of getting on the show? Wasn't it to find love so that you can be exclusive, so that it can, progress further? So I'm just like, it's been a few months since you guys chose each other. So I just didn't understand that at all. And especially with Phil, like what is he, like 37 or something? And I'm like, aren't you looking for something serious to develop into marriage? So I didn't get that whole answer. That was the only thing that I was just like, okay. But, we'll see what happens with them. I don't think they're going to last really either. But, we'll see. Who knows? They may shock me, because I was definitely one of those women that were talking about Dante. And I'm like, okay, why would you put him on the show? But, see how that turned out. So. Yeah, I don't have too many more thoughts on them, because I just, it was boring. I'm sorry. Part 2 is kind of boring.
Bree was Walter on that that part. He had him and he was just asleep. I said Bree was just on part 2 sleep like Walter when they had him on the stage.
I'm just sitting here. I was like, I thought it was gonna be jumping. Carrie done got me hyped. I'm like, well, what we gonna find out in part 2? And not a daggone thing. I'm just like, part 1 was better. So yeah.
And poor Carrie and Libba. I mean, at least Carrie got to talk, but they cut Libba right on out of it.
Carrie, Libba, Carrington, Lamont.
They
were going according to how they went with the season. Shit,
that's right. They was like, Libba, you just show up in your little green dress.
yeah, I remember that. Yeah, that's what I remember. Like,
because it was like, what was we like 6 episodes in? We was like, who is Phil?
Yeah.
He showed up out of nowhere with all these dates. It was like,
yeah, and then all of a sudden he popped up, and and all the ladies were going crazy. But yeah, poor Libba. Only moment she had was when she was rubbing to see his back when she ran on stage.
Wasn't it weird? Because usually they start off with the people that get eliminated first. I mean, I know, to get them out the way and all that, but I was like, damn, y'all didn't even try.
She said on her live, they filmed it. They filmed the whole thing, but I guess it just didn't make the cutting room floor.
We wasted so much time. We could have probably had a better
I mean, they could have given some more, but then they just had to they had to give all the energy to, between Nayeem and Zadia, and then frickin' Frack, Cornelius and Camille. It just didn't make any sense to me.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll end there. So we'll end and we'll dive in. Then we could go into the lives and talk a little bit about. So what do y'all think? What do y'all think about Cornelius and Camille? Do you think they're real? Do you think it's all a setup?
Paid actor. Paid actor.
Which one is paid actor?
Both of them.
The girlfriend? What are we talking about? Oh, Zadia and Camille, or the girlfriend?
No, Camille and Cornelius.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you cannot tell me otherwise. They're paid actors. And you can tell that because I don't know who's paying them. I don't know if the show's paying them, but they're getting paid from somewhere to be on the show, because you can tell that Camille did her best to put on. And then when she saw that, she had a few focus groups and she saw that it wasn't really giving what she would hope it would have gave, she started pulling back. Because a real person who acts real cuckoo like she was acting on the show, they can't fix themselves. They're gonna be that way no matter what. When she's on the show, on the reunion stage, she's calm. She's cool. She got Zadia and Miss Nayeem doing all the dirty work while she's sitting there being quiet.
Them
I'm
faces.
like, still making a few faces, but she was completely putting on. And then you can tell, we're going to get to the live. What was Cornelius doing after the show with his alleged mistress, even though he wasn't married to have a mistress, trying to go to the Soul Train Awards? Everything is for pub. Everything is for clout. With them two, pub and clout. They're never together outside of times where they're supposed to be putting on for a particular interview.
But according to Camille, she knew about old girl, and she was just a PR trying to get on with Cornelius.
Yeah, so it's kind of obvious. They thought it was going to go over well, but I think they think that their audience is not intelligent. Most of the people who watch Ready to Love, we're all intelligent, we're educated. We can tell when you're trying to put something over on us. Like, they were clearly fake, and it was clearly, they're clearly acting. Mm-hmm. And they realize that we realize that, then they want to pull back. No, too late. Like, be authentic.
It just sucks for people that's really on the show for the process, though. Like, and for finding somebody, you know what I'm saying? Because like I said, we could have kept living, even though she said her person wasn't there. Lamont could have had a shot. Tyrone could have stayed on for some real stuff, like if y'all gonna just play the game and be on here for paid purposes, just get out the way, bro.
Then did y'all see Tyrone try to get at the host? I was laughing.
Oh, that's right, Danica, right?
Yeah.
He said it didn't work out. I was on the live last night. They had it and stuff. He was like, he tried, but it didn't go as far. It was cute though. It was cute.
Well, at least he got a shot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He needs to circle back to Shiloh.
Hey, look, she said she was single early up in the night. Like, hey, she put it out there. He's like, oh, okay.
She put it out there,
He
was like, I got you.
CBJ.
Oh my god! I know that.
She gave him a light curve too. Just a light curve.
Yeah, she did.
It was weird though. She just went to him. I mean, I'm pretty sure she asked around, but it just went to him. Tyrone.
Yeah, that is true. The whole thing with Cornelius and Camille, I'm just done with them. I mean, it just makes no sense. Like, grown as heck with this foolishness. I don't even think they're together. Like, you were saying too, I do think they're like actors, and it was just, all a game. As far as the whole the girl that he went to New York with, I do think he was talking to her. I do think that was real and stuff. But I think maybe he could be using her. She got them into the Soul Train Awards, so I don't know what's going on. And then Camille did a live with Denise. I think it was like last night or earlier today. Mm-hmm. Like, oh, I know, and all this stuff. I'm like, child, I cannot. I just can't.
I just need the receipts. I know somebody got some real receipts. I don't want no pictures of y'all at nothing or whatever. I want them text messages. Put them out.
Yeah.
Because if you've been talking to him, like you say, you've been talking to him all this time, just go ahead and put the receipts out there. He could erase his end, but I'm pretty sure you didn't erase your end. So
they said they called them cornmeal.
That's their name. That's what she called her. That's what she called him.
Oh,
that's what Camille put it. She put meal for Camille, and she put his name at the front, so she called it cornmeal.
Oh my gosh.
So let's look at them and all. all of this satin glory.
When I see her dress in full glory, though, I do like it.
Yeah, because that's done by a professional photographer, so you got the lighting and everything all together.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I ain't gonna lie, that's a nice picture. But,
is it? Yeah. It's not giving me anything, but we're showing off the clothes.
Yeah, they those two, they love taking pictures. They must got a photographer on deck.
Well, he models.
Yeah, he does.
And he had this suit custom made, so by a designer. So
dropping her Bible scriptures. Come on, Camille. Do better. Do better with the love does not delight in evil, but we rejoices with the truth. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, always perseveres. Really? You dropping 1 Corinthians? Lord have mercy. Oh, and look who's liking it. Miss Brown Girl Crew adjacent.
Oh,
of course. Of course.
Come on.
But after all the lies and denials, how we gonna say, okay, you know what?
Now this is the supposed text message from the girl to Camille back in December. So she says, "I apologize for what I did to Camille." Well, this must been from her to Cornelius. I apologize for what I did to Camille, and I apologize to you for any disruption I did. Okay. In that moment, I felt it was what I wanted to do. Although I don't care for her personality after getting to know you, it was me wanting to protect you, but it was wrong. If you can extend the apology to her, I am sorry for what I did. It was out of character and out place. Best of luck to you, and I'm truly happy for you and her. All right, so she says, pay attention to the lies, the lies, the lies. That's what Camille said. All right.
But who is this coming from?
Supposedly, in this post is a text sent on December 20th apologizing for her actions.
I know, but it's zoomed in. It's a zoomed in text post. So
I know. It's like, how do I even know she really wrote that? Like, I don't know.
And what's up? What's this up above here?
Exactly. I'm just like,
I want to see that upper. I want to see the upper room.
Exactly. I need more. I need more proof. I need more people. We don't believe you. I need more people.
Yeah.
Shout out to JC.
It's like she was like, I knew they were going to the Soul Train Awards, and Corey went too. Why are Corey and Cornelius freaking frack? So let's go to his page here.
He posts hardly anything.
So this is entertainment here.
That's him and Corey, ain't it?
There he go with the eyes, looking up. He's looking around. They're looking for Camille.
Is that Corey? Oh. Oh, like New York Undercover. Yeah, that was my show. So they're trying to do DC Undercover.
Yeah, they're trying to make them a real. I got it. Okay. You're going to need more than one show, though.
Oh, okay.
Whack, whack, and double whack.
You're not, production.
It's just 30 seconds.
They said
30 seconds of your life you'll get back. I promise.
30 seconons I cannot get back. Sorry.
It's only 31 seconds. I
Blame
promise.
Sean. Blame Sean. He gave it to y'all.
I don't know what the hell we just watched.
Foolishness. Monique King says Detective Cornball. But it's the eye look for me. He's always looking up in the sky somewhere. I'm like, bro, what are you doing?
I'm dead.
Oh my Lord. Okay.
So that was the excitement.
Child. Look.
Unpaid actors.
Right, like, are we even convinced they got paid at this point?
No, they just did that for entertainment.
Like this is just free promo at this point.
I don't know. I don't know.
Hey, look. Okay,
Ravine, what's on Aisha's page? Oh, sorry.
We not holding no breath for anybody until we see some wedding bells. Even for the people in season 1 or 2 who's still together, shoot, they've been together forever. I need some wedding bells at this point. Maybe they'll do relationship. Let me shut up because I was about to say some stuff against them. They're gonna ban me from doing any daggone lie if I start talking about Tommy. So let me be quiet.
Never mind. I'll say never mind.
I'm telling you, Ready to Love. I mean, I still can't get over Tommy just getting married. It's based off of him. That's for the show concept.
Are you still stuck on that?
She's still not over that. She was like, he's not.
No idea.
She thought he was married for 20 years. Tommy, please.
Yes.
He's sending the wrong message. Like, let a man waste your time for 20 years. He'll marry you. Like, that's
these are the words of everybody else on the panel except for Jay. Okay, these are not, even though they're my thoughts.
Like, these are my thoughts, but they're not my thoughts.
These are my thoughts, but they're not my words.
It's someone speaking through me.
I had a voiceover actress come in and say these things.
Exactly.
It's Misha food for that one right there, not the great value version.
Exactly. We trying to be careful. We don't.
You wait 20 years to marry me. Don't marry me. I don't
Oh, that'll be like, who was that? What were you saying, Seaway? That reminded me. You were like, Tyrone could never deny you, not once, but twice.
Oh, when he broke up with Carrie 5 times and everybody's oohing and ahhing. I'm like, what the F? Like, why is this even? Come on now.
Wait, let's talk about the fact that when we was going over Aisha and Dante package, why was Camille and Cornelius Cormiel?
She was sitting sideways like this.
Why they were so pissed?
I
was like, what is your deal?
At least Zadia had her Vaseline on her teeth to keep her smile going.
She was sitting sideways and he was rubbing her back like, baby, please don't lose it again.
I know. I was like, what is wrong?
Even when they clap, Cornelius managed to give out a clap. I don't think he was supposed to.
He did like this.
I don't think he was supposed to, but
he was like, y'all not gonna have me crush this good satin. I ain't moving. Petty. They were so petty. She had her face screwed up and turned sideways. She was like, I don't even see you.
Yeah.
I didn't smile. I didn't understand what was going on.
I told you that's that Vaseline. You got to keep that Vaseline there, and it stops you from closing your mouth at the pageant. So you just.
Oh man.
Yeah, Zadia, she had that dumb smile on.
I'm just gonna stay like this for the rest of the daggone live.
I'm just like,
yeah, no, that was that just reeked of jealousy. And I'm sure it was the editors.
Mm-hmm.
There was a stench of gas in the room, so that's why she turned sideways and
look,
they cut and cropped the scene.
You didn't even clap when everybody else was clapping, so child, that can't that be like Sabrina said, there ain't that much editing in the world, child.
Yeah, I don't know. You know what? And that's what I mean, I hate to call it, listen, we don't know these people, but this is what it looks like. It looks like misery loves company. And when Aisha, she's smiling, she's going to talk she's going to say what she has to say. They're not going to diminish her, right? And I get it. When she showed up, she was looking a little rough around the edges and she was looking a little rough around the edges, in my opinion, right? But then, she really came out the gate and really was navigating the process. And I have a lot of respect for her. Mm. So I think the ladies, they just felt like, Camille and her advanced degrees and everything that she's doing, and Zadia, Miss Fitness Instructor, Delta, Sigma Theta, she just thought they were all of that. So, for them not really to end the show traditionally winning with their particular mates, they were pissed. So
Look, I'm gonna have to work on my smile muscles because the corner of my lips starting to shake and stuff, trying to hold this daggone patch of smile. I don't know.
You don't want to smile like that because it looked
I've been
disingenuous.
I've been to wipe all the Vaseline, ate the Vaseline and everything. I'd be like, look. I'm tired. I'm tired of smiling at y'all. The corner of my lip is hurting right now. I don't have a jaws for this.
I said the people want to talk about this mistress.
Oh, okay. So then there was the live with Courtney. First of all, look, y'all, it just seemed like there was more holes than Swiss cheese.
Yeah,
in that
it
story.
wasn't. Yeah.
First of all, the girl he was dating was friends with Courtney, but they haven't spoken for months. But they met supposedly through church, and then the girl was saying all these nice things about Courtney, but he was dating her, but couldn't date her in public because he was scared. Come on. Really? I
think there's some truth to it, but then I think there's just some things that don't add up.
Yeah.
Story.
My thing is, first of all, there was too much strength in that interview. Shout out to David. It was way too much energy, passion, strength for a person for that short time period. It didn't make any sense. That's one. Two, she knew so much about Camille to quote unquote not know they were entangled in some way. Then she says she knew they were entangled, but then she says, "Oh, I think the show was fake. So I really didn't think they were entangled." And when Simone asked her, "Why would you be trying to talk to somebody who your friend tried to talk to?" her only answer was, "Oh, I thought the show was fake." Which, if you're in the industry, I feel like you're trying to get people into Soul Train's awards and whatnot, then you should, have a better sense of what was going on in that situation. So for me, I believe her recitation of the facts where she said she went to New York and she took them to New York and they were sleeping in the bed and doing whatever. But I mean, everything else is hearsay. She didn't say she slept with the man. She's saying that she thinks that Camille slept with them, but that's just what she heard from Corey. So I don't know. It was too much. It was too much levels. I really wasn't feeling it. It really didn't say much. My opinion.
Yeah. Definitely they went to New York together, and maybe Cornelius was just bumping his gums and probably said a little bit more than he needed to. But I believe a part of it, but I believe he probably is low-key scared of Camille, though.
Yeah, I was going to ask you guys, do you think that he is, like, he just can't get away from her because he feels that she might do something to him?
Now, what she's going to do to him is the question. What is she going to do to him?
Exactly. I don't even know. I mean, do I think he's scared of her? Like, no, but I don't know. I don't know.
I mean, all we got from the interview is that, or the live is that Cornelius may not be in a real relationship with Camille, which we all kind of already know. It would have been juicy if she had some tea, like, oh, he's been going around talking about he was a celibate Christian and they was knocking boots in the bed. That would have been interesting, but she didn't even have that.
Well, according to her, she said he wanted to, but she didn't.
Yeah.
Girl, I just feel like if you're going to get on the live, give us the tea or just keep it, because you telling us that him and Camille are not in a real relationship is not news. That's clear.
Listen, I don't need the receipts.
We have no receipts
of the text messages, conversations.
Well, Camille, she showed you. Didn't you just see? I showed it to you.
No. I don't know whose text messages those are. Okay, those.
Yeah, because that wasn't real facts for me.
those could be mine for all I know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. But I need the actual ones, no none of these. You know, if you got to go down to T-Mobile, Verizon, and tell them to print out the actual time-stamped ones, and you say you got to take it to court. I am court. Bring it here, please. I need evidence. I need proof. Okay. I don't want to see no pictures of y'all hugged up at no club and all this stuff. You know, if anything, if y'all was in the bed together, hell, you should have been like.
That's what I would want to. Well, she had pictures of Cornelius with his hands around her waist and lifting her up in the air, and you know that's being a little more than friendly. I mean, if it was shallow, he might have a problem because you know she don't like to be lifted. So allegedly.
Corey is a mastermind and Cornelius is a talent.
So that debunked your claims, Seaway, about Corey's limited capabilities. So he said he's a mastermind. He put it all together for them to get to New York.
Look, he's highly intelligent. I don't think that. Look, he can be intelligent and still have some other issues.
Well, you know, he about first date, so you know that was
another first date. You right.
Shallow don't want nothing but her spirits lifted.
Mr. Bishop, terrible. Send her the link, Shy. Send her the link.
I told her I'm gonna send me to the link right now.
We can log off. Let her go.
Oh my God. He's like, I'm not gonna run your live for free.
Wait, there's some tea in the chat. Hold on, I just saw it.
Oh yeah, we know this.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, allegedly. That's right. Thank you, Miss Creative. There is an alleged lawsuit. Yes, that is swimming around, and that is allegedly why Shallow was not at the reunion. Allegedly, she was asked to not attend. Allegedly.
And I need some facts.
Production. Allegedly.
My thing is, does anyone know if this is a state lawsuit or is it federal? Because some are easier to look up than others.
We're gonna have you to do your legal.
You got to do
your legal investigation because I don't know.
Look,
I don't know if she's threatening slander, if she's threatening physical harm. I don't know. I'm sure probably a combination of the above because she wants to pull the production company into it and own because that's where obviously we know the money is, allegedly. Allegedly. Listen, Tocia K and Cardi B are in a
I know,
right
child.
Now,
that's why I've been nice today.
I ain't playing.
I know. That's why I've been nice today. I'm like, child, you ain't trying to Tocia K me out here.
No malice, no ill intent. This is just some things that could potentially be going on, allegedly.
How I look at it, it's going to be like the Candace and Monique situation where they're going to have to pull up the footage from the show and dive into it there based off of what is the charges for, what is being sued, you know, whatever and stuff.
Yeah.
Allegedly. So make sure.
They're asking, can I look it up? I mean, if it's a federal lawsuit, that's really easy to look up. If it's in the state court in DC, I mean, that's a little harder. You can find it, but it's a lot of digging for them. But I do want the tea.
So
I'll see what I can find.
This stuff is going really deep. And, you know, that just goes back to and this is where, you know, I just still have a problem. And earlier on, first of all, you know, that's why I was saying when everybody was asking what I would do as a man, I would not be picking up a woman that asked me not to pick her up, especially somebody that I don't know well. That's one. And two, I really don't like the fact that this is something that took place off camera that showed up on camera. You know what I mean? Like, Zadia didn't get a reprimand for the Dante nose finger thing. At the end of the day, I heard a couple of different incidents that took place off camera with Zadia and some interactions and scuffles she had with people. Did we hear about that on camera? No, we did not. So why did we have to drag this whole Phil Shallow thing on camera? And that's my problem. So I hope Phil, if there is an alleged lawsuit, I hope Phil allegedly has his own counterclaim too, because I don't think that's cool. And that's my opinion.
Nice child.
So, yeah, no, I think that's totally not cool. The way that whole thing played out. And now this guy's got his reputation. Now
Yeah,
she's
it's just
in her
enough.
feelings.
Yeah, there was a lot of off-camera stuff this season. And it kind of happens every season, but I don't think Ready to Love is ever going to be serious until they go back to the resort format. And I've been saying that, I'll say it again. If any producers or anybody ever looks at this channel or any of these other channels, you guys got to go back to some type of either full resort format or do the first 4 weeks, one way, for the people with jobs and kids, and to do a mandatory the last 4 weeks or however long it is on the resort. Because like you saw, I think most of you guys saw on Little Black Book's interview with Walter, he was zipping it and zooming it all through the season or however long he was doing through the season. You can't be serious while you're smashing and grabbing over there. You got all these rooftop fights down at the bar to the alley, everyone having all these side conversations, side phones. Like, people cannot really get to know each other. And then things don't get serious until, let you guys notice, until they all get to the resort house. That's when Ish really hit the fan, when they took that little trip and people could see what was really good. But until then, it's just not serious. So, I mean, if they want to keep doing these lukewarm seasons, with people being able to have side dates, side conversations, side interactions, phone conversations, then sure. But
off the show maintenance side pieces.
Off the show maintenance. Like, what is this? This is not serious.
Exactly.
What's off the show maintenance?
Walter.
Oh yeah, he had. Is that what that's off the show maintenance?
That's what he called it.
That's what he said?
Yes.
I couldn't watch that whole interview. I'm sorry. I was out running errands. I could not. Come on.
He called a whole woman who he had a relationship with and apparently living girlfriend maintenance. How unfortunate for her.
Okay, so we got Dennis calling his girls work, and now we got Dennis from Portia's Family Matters.
Wow.
Dennis, he calls his girls work, and now Walter calls them maintenance. Wow.
That's so.
Walter was a mechanic. Yeah.
Wow.
I agree with you though, Seaway. I'm on that, and I also don't mind. I must forget how to say her name. Tanika, I think it is. Her coming back, and her and Tommy hosting, even if she
that'd be good.
The other people getting their commentary in the back or stuff. I wouldn't mind that either.
Yeah,
I would love
like
a woman.
that.
Yeah, some woman at least.
Yeah, no, I knew they allegedly probably Tommy, because he don't miss a chance to get applauded and praised. So he stayed away for some reason, because clearly he was well enough to do that little intro on the screen. He could have cameraed himself right on in, zoomed himself right on in. He could have borrowed my StreamYard platform for free.
Well, maybe they was already filming the second one that's coming up next week. So I'm just, maybe he was in Potomac. He couldn't make it down to DC.
Well, no, he was in COVID. He was underneath the quarantine.
Uh-huh.
So everybody wants to talk about this Walter interview. So listen, I was in and out of it.
Y'all watched the whole 4 hours? I was here and there. I jumped ahead a couple of times.
I missed the ending. I don't know what he was.
Maybe we can all fill in the gaps, because I missed about an hour of it.
It was a lot of repeat of stuff, though. It was like, okay, we back here again. Every time I checked in, I was like, we back over here.
It was interesting when he was talking about, the death of his wife and mom and how they died in his arms. I was like, oh, that really touched me. But trying to think what else he talked about. Oh, he was getting on, Sabrina with the whole like you're not, calling her and stuff. So he was saying how he was training for boxing because he trains boxers. And so he really was busy during that time, but he let Sabrina know, like, hey, I'm gonna be really busy right now. I'm training boxers. But when we see each other, we know like you mine and I'm yours, like type thing. So he's like, I don't know why she's saying that because she pretty much knew my schedule, but we always knew that we were each other's number one, even if we didn't talk every single day.
So how did he have time for maintenance?
That's a good point. Exactly.
Just saying, you have to text your maintenance at some point too. You know what I'm saying, to say come through. I need your little tune up.
She was live in. She was live in.
No, she was gone already.
Yeah, she had left.
Y'all believe that?
Hey, he's saying what he said. I got to go off of what the man said. I'm just saying. I'm just trying to figure out, you ain't got time to send a little text here and there. I just want to know how you got time to bring maintenance in.
Mm-hmm.
It seemed like from his interview, there was a lot of breakdowns between him and Sabrina on both sides. It seemed like on both sides, things were going left constantly. And there was a lot of misunderstanding. Like me personally, from what he said about the Shiloh situation and him keeping it a secret, I think that was a matter of opinion and perspective, how he should have handled that situation. But even that got blown up to him being a liar. I don't know if that was really right to say he was lying.
Yeah,
he was technically lying, but his heart, it was, what do you call it, a white lie?
That technical.
But you supposed
know how I feel. I'm not gonna even try to play with y'all. I would take that as a lie too, because you could have just easily told me it's in confidence. They told me in confidence I can't tell you. I would have left it alone.
So what was that? Can y'all fill me in? What was this thing with Shiloh? Because I'm so lost about that.
So
about what happened with Phil, was it?
Yeah, so basically they allegedly were I don't know if it's alleged, he said it, but whatever. Alleged for kicks. Allegedly him and Shiloh were real close.
Oh, that's right.
They decided to be friends, quote unquote, and they left it, at that. Shiloh, according to Walter, told him first about what happened down at the alley. She said, don't say anything, allegedly, and, please keep it to yourself. I don't know how I want to handle it. Soon after, Walter states in the interview that she actually went to the ladies' lounge, which we saw on TV, and told the ladies. And so Sabrina, I guess, allegedly goes back to him and says, do you know about, whatever is going on? And he says no, because he's been sworn to secrecy, right? Mm-hmm. And then I guess at some point later, Sabrina talks to Shiloh and she allegedly says, oh yeah, no, Walter was the first person I told. So now Walter is looking like a bold-faced liar because he's keeping her secret.
But that's what he is. I asked you a direct question. You gave me a direct no. You didn't say yes, I know about it, but I don't want to discuss it. I told somebody I wouldn't talk about it. You didn't say none of these things. You flat out said no. So you're a bold-faced liar.
I guess he's a liar, but I wouldn't think of. I personally would prefer someone keep their word.
You can keep your word, but you don't have to tell me a flat out no. The question was, do you know something about it? It's not what do you know about it.
But I think he didn't want it to go into another line of questioning that he didn't know how to handle. It was just a very serious issue that I think he wanted to stay away from. Mm-hmm. So I'm not going to necessarily judge how he handled it. I'm not going to say he's not a liar. Technically, that is lying, but I don't think that makes you a liar. He lied in that one moment. Mm-hmm. But I think his intent, like Lindland said, his intent and his heart was in the right place to keep a very important and sensitive issue from being discussed. And I guess I can understand that.
I understand that part or whatever. And I also understand you saying that doesn't make him a liar, but she knows him better than we do. So maybe there was other things compounded with that. That's why she went to the extreme of calling him a liar. But I don't know if she said it herself or he just said that she called him a liar and stuff,
Yeah, but either way, all that led to a lot of, I guess, the original issue is it led to a lot of miscommunication and issues between them two, and that's kind of what I gathered from the interview. I also gathered that he doesn't understand that to pursue a woman actively, you have to try and you have to put in effort. And he seems to think that the love of his life, I feel like, is going to come to you, and that's just not how that works. You can't just be like, yeah, I won't talk to Sabrina for a week, but when I do talk to her, it's on. Like, this is not, what is this? Like, you have to try. So I'm not sure what his game plan is, but it's not working.
Somebody posed a good thing in the chat earlier while watching the live. Do you think that from him losing basically two loves of his life, his wife, and then the next potential, or potentially losing her too at the time, is everybody now compared to the wife? You know what I'm saying? If they don't live up to the wife's standard, he just not gonna go all the way in with it. And I was just like,
I mean, I
maybe.
think he was robbed from his story. He was robbed of his relationship with his wife at their prime.
Mm-hmm.
He seemed like they had a really good relationship. Um, and from the interview, I can tell that he really probably hasn't. He's probably looking for that spark, that feeling, that genuineness that he had with his wife, and he's probably not finding it, because as you get older and you evolve, that young spark, that college spark, it doesn't really look the same. So if he's still looking for that particular feeling that he had and he's not finding it, it may keep him in this race that he's in.
So
Um,
like basically he's like in a time loop of that period, like he's not maturing past that emotionally, that age emotionally.
Something's stopping him for sure.
Mm-hmm.
He wants that. If you were robbed of that young love and you never saw it to completion, and it was kind of cut short in a tragic way, um, and he's still looking for that. You mean now you're at an age where everyone is, way more imperfect. Maybe they have baggage, they have kids, they have responsibilities. It's not going to look the same, So I sympathize with him, empathize with that moment.
Here's a quick question: how young are the women he is going after? So that makes it, like, are you going after college women, or are you just going after 30-year-olds, or just like, how young are you going? I knew a man that was like that, and it was like each woman he got, it got younger and younger, and it kind of got scary.
Well, he's going after childbearing age.
Yeah, but childbearing age starts at puberty.
Well, let's pray he ain't going that low.
I'm not
Well,
trying to say.
Sabrina was
I'm not
saying
saying.
under 30.
Well, that's kind of unnecessary, but I don't know what he would be doing. Because if he's going, because look at the way he treated Mumin. He was treating Mumin like a child.
Right.
He didn't talk to Sabrina the way he talked to Mumin. He talked to Mumin like a little girl.
Well,
So I can't imagine how he's talking to somebody in their 20s.
there's that issue too with him, the discrepancy between Mumin's live and his live about how he was handling her or whatever, because she was like, he was talking down to her, but he was in his live, in the live, he was saying basically he was just trying to give her advice about the company she was keeping.
Right. And I think that's where it goes back to perception. Even because we saw that in our when we were just interviewing Sabrina, and I think that's where it just comes back to that perception. Like, I may say something to you, but the tone, if my tone is very, rough, or I'm telling you, hey, listen, Jay, you shouldn't be doing that and don't do this, right? And I don't think you can see how the women that you're hanging out with is, impacting you negatively. It's a different conversation than, if we're just talking and I'm like, hey, listen, Jay, I don't know if you've ever noticed, but some of your friends that they don't seem like they have your best interest at heart. It's a different conversation. And I'm sure, he might have spoken to her in that way. But after she had that interview with Kojo, I mean, God forgive me, but I might have talked to her that way too, because she's just either defensive or deflecting,
Yeah, I
not
did
owning
pick that
anything.
up.
I'm
Mhm.
sure he might have tried it nice and then just been like, "Hey, listen, look, Mumeen, I need you. Listen, the brown girl squad ain't it, okay? Do you get it?" And so she was probably offended. So I could see that happening.
I mean, the way he talked about her in that tire situation said all I needed to hear.
What did he say?
He said he basically talked about her like a teenager that doesn't know that you can't ride on a donut for 30 days, more than 30 days. I guess she
Oh,
was
so
riding
that was
on a
the
donut.
scenario where
Mhm.
Corey came in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Corey put her on a donut, and apparently then she was riding on that donut for more than 30 something days, which was dangerous. And so he took her to the tire shop and they end up buying her, instead of one tire, all 4 tires. And then she ran back to Sabrina, apparently, allegedly, and was to the women's lounge. It was like, Walter got me some tires, which was like $500 something. But the way he was talking about it was like he was Big Papa or something. That's
Yeah.
the vibe I got.
Because he was like, I would have spent that on dinner.
I was like, okay.
Okay. See, wait. For real, I was with the okay too. I was like, oh, you would have spent that on dinner? But shoot, look, I cook. So if you want to spend $500 for me to make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, I got you, boo.
JP Reddy said, "Walter's for the streets."
Straight.
Yeah, I don't even know if Walter really wants to be. It's like I think he wants to be serious, but he just I don't know.
We
Like-
still on that. We can't figure out what Walter is still. I think he want a baby mama, and that's it.
Yeah, that's it. I just think he wants a kid, and that's it. He doesn't obviously want to put in the work for a relationship.
I think a baby mama would work for him and his lifestyle at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean,
Unproblematic.
if he really wanted that, he would have had that.
Maybe he needed this experience to like really shed light that he doesn't want to put in the work for a relationship.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's what I got from it. For whatever
Yeah.
reason it may be.
I
Yeah,
feel
I
like
don't know. And I think I said this last live when we did on another round. I don't understand these brothers that get on these lives. Uh-oh. We got the birthday girl coming through.
her
What's
day.
up?
Whoa, hey, Brenda.
Oh, excellent.
Oh my God.
Happy belated birthday.
Yes, happy
Thank
belated
you.
birthday.
Look, yours is with you though for life. Well, mine is with me, but you know,
You said it's what?
like
What'd you say?
I said yours is with you for life, but I was like, mine is with me for life. But I've been to snatch this thing off tonight. So you could do like this, and yours
I
gonna
wish
move.
you
Mine
could.
ain't moving. You can do like this,
Hi,
and yours
Bree.
gonna
I
move.
see
So,
what.
Hey, girl.
Hey, John.
Happy belated birthday.
Thank you.
Everybody throw a happy belated birthday
Yeah.
up in the chat.
Mhm.
Hey, y'all.
For
Thank
Brittany.
you for the birthday wishes. My voice is just shot.
where's Kojo when you need somebody to sing?
Wait, me. Let me warm up my
Nah,
cup.
Oh, yeah.
You, no,
Who
just
got
bring the
this? Who
liquor.
got this? One of y'all do. Come on.
Just bring the liquor, Sean. I'm good with that.
Could have asked Corey Black to come back. So he
Oh, that's right.
Oh, yeah, honey. They was loving him in the chats today.
Somebody asked him to sing in the chat. I said, "Oh Lord."
Oh, gosh.
Happy birthday. I can't make a beat.
What's with that baritone? See, wait.
Well, that was
Oh, that was your Corey
Braxton.
impression?
That's
Yeah,
Corey.
that's Tony Braxton. See way. Happy birthday. Hit that Tony. Do it like her sister Tamar be doing her. I love when Tamar hit a Tony impression. Boy, it'd be hilarious.
Tamar is hilarious.
Mm-hmm. She be spot on with it too, though.
So catch
So,
me up.
yeah,
What
we
y'all
were
talking
just sitting
about?
up here chopping it up about Walter and that whole debacle and how they sit up here on these lives and spill their guts. I mean, he was talking for 4+
I
hours.
saw.
He
What
said
do
he
you
gonna
have to
be
talk about
Corey.
for hours? It sounds like excuses.
What'd you say?
Oh,
I said, what are you talking about for 4 hours? It sounds like excuses.
Pretty much, because I sure wasn't
Let me
listening
not be
for
that.
4 hours.
No, look,
Yeah.
Brittany, we got short hair right now. But I had short hair at one point back in the day, and one of the guys told me, he said, if your barber is ever too long in your hair, he'd have okay. So if
Yeah.
if you on a live for 4 hours longer than the show,
That's too much. I'm not saying I got a short attention span, but that's a long time. What it was that much going on that he had that much to say. I'm not even trying to come at him. I'm
he
just
was
like,
sharing a lot of stuff that wasn't just about him either. Too,
they were talking about other stuff.
He talked about some rooftop stuff that happened, and he was kind of in the
Rooftop.
middle.
Yeah, I missed that one.
The whole thing that went down on the rooftop between Zadia and Sid.
What happened?
Oh yeah.
So he discussed that, how he had a separate Zadia and Phil separated Sid.
JP Reddy said those 4 tires, Moomin should have given him some maintenance.
Deserve maintenance. Oh, he got it. He just didn't get it from him.
He earned the maintenance, huh?
He got it,
Unfortunately,
he got it somewhere else.
That maintenance word kills me every time.
What did y'all think about Mumin though? Like, in regards to the reunion and just her overall, I don't want to say performance because nobody was necessarily performing, but just, I guess, how she kind of carried herself through the show.
On the reunion, it was fine. I feel like she checked Frank. Frank needed to be checked.
He did. Because he was wrong.
Corey too. She definitely did.
Corey too. But on the interview, it was giving really defensive, really, really angry.
For what?
She just seemed super defensive.
Yeah, she did.
It was a completely different vibe. And she tried to excuse Frank's behavior, putting it off on mental stuff. And I'm just absolutely not.
No.
Absolutely not.
No.
Everybody's going to get a pass with that. He is an a-hole.
Yes.
And he completely gaslit you and wasted your time.
And he knew exactly what he was doing the entire time.
Yeah, like, can we just call a spade, please?
Thank you.
But I think that if she did that, she would also have to own her part in allowing him to have access to her in that way. Because she even said at the reunion that I stayed with you despite what the other people said to me. No. So I feel like she could not own her part in that situation. But what I did get context in with her was that she talked about her relationship with her father and how she didn't get quite the love and affection that she wanted to as a girl growing up. So I think that gave context to her relationship choices and how, she's made decisions. And then she talked about a relationship that she was in from the time that she was 16 until the time she was 26, and the person was 5 years older than her. So that all those things together, but she was very guarded. Like, she was like, I'm not talking about that. A couple of times she told Kojo, I'm not talking about that. She's like, we could talk about it offline, but I'm not going to talk about that. And then one time he asked a question and she was like, where are you trying to go with this?
I know. I was like,
always trying to be 10 steps ahead of him.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, now that you say that, because when I go back and watch it, it makes sense as to why, she made some choices she made. Because I still really couldn't understand why she was still sitting there with Corey after he said that stuff about the cards. I just would have been like, you serious? And got up and went on about my business. Because I already saw where that was going. Corey is another one with the excuses and the fluff. So.
Deja.
She said it. She kind of said a bit that she was kind of, trying to. It's in so many words. She was basically saying she's trying to beat him to the punch of what he's gonna ask. She's like, I already prepared for this. She said it a couple of times. I already prepared for this or whatever. I know or whatever. So she's been watching the live. She's been watching how Kojo get down. She's been studying and getting her cue cards ready.
It sounds she's saying it like he's rude when he asks these questions. He's doing his job. I think he comes off way better than most.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, it's not your just regular PR questions that is just according to the show, and you got this ready-made answer for it every time. It's one of them. No, really look at yourself and look at how you behaved in this situation, and do you see where you did, and do you see how you got here? And so, for a lot of people that's not ready for that to really look at themselves, it's hard.
And that's where she is though. She ain't ready for that because she'll, like you said, she can be in defensive. I don't even have to watch it to know. I know what that look like for a lot of people. It's unfortunate, but hopefully she comes to a place of wanting to grow a little bit more. Because then I feel like her relationship, the way her relationships go and her choices will definitely be different the next go around.
Well, she said this is like her first actual real dating experience. She's never really dated. I guess she had the 10-year relationship, and then from that she went into another long-term relationship. So she hasn't had real experience in the world. So there's also that.
That's
so
okay.
It's a lot.
It happens.
It's a lot.
Someone in the chat said allegedly she's back talking to Corey now.
That's funny because I just felt like Walter was trying to give his plead out in his life back to her because he's like, I had feelings for Mimi. I still have feelings for Mimi. It's like, oh, okay.
Wow.
I see you. I see you try to make sure that you try to get back in here.
He don't know what he wants.
I know y'all probably talked about this already, but I just want to know what y'all thought about Corey's indecisiveness about how he felt about what he does and plays with women's emotions and feelings, or tries to. Like his little breakdown when he started crying.
Oh, girl, we already done diagnosed that man.
I'm sure I feel the same way as y'all.
You did. Seaway done said that he's on some spectrum.
That's not funny.
It is.
I pray for him because I felt like he was trying to figure out who he was. He don't know. Yeah.
And we done watched the video where he think he Ghostbusters. I don't know what the crap was going on in that video.
Oh, you missed it. We did a little 30-second because him and Cornelius, they're fledgling actors, so they're out here running and ripping the Kappa brothers. So they did a reenactment of New York Undercover called DC Undercover.
Okay. All right. I'm not about to laugh about this man being
Deja says she wants her 31 seconds back.
I'm sorry, Deja. That's my
fault. I'm sorry. I said an hour ago. I needed to do a commercial break. Please like, share, subscribe. Please. We are on our path to 1,000 on Sean Unfiltered. We are less than 300 subscribers away. Please.
And share.
Yes.
Yeah. Talk to that big mouth friend. Oops, I almost cussed. Talk to that big mouth friend of yours and tell them bring their butt over here so they can go ahead and subscribe and share. You know, everybody got one.
Now they want to see it again.
No,
said no.
No.
I don't ever want to see that.
No, we good.
What he show? Show what?
It's creative. She just want to laugh and be bestie.
Show what again? Oh, the Ghostbusters. I want to see
I'll show you back when we're backstage.
Okay.
It's the 30-second film. They filmed something.
Cornelius
and Corey.
I did not see that thing again.
Did y'all see Camille just like not feeling it when Aisha was talking? I mean,
yes,
talking about
that was hilarious.
Being rude, disrespectful, everything.
I died.
Just not happy.
I was like, are you not happy in your situation? Are you not happy in your situation? Why are you showing so much energy? Like, why are you so mad? Be happy in your situation. Right. You should be happy for everybody if you happy.
Spread the love.
Okay, listen, Deja, you're overruled because we done got 3 or 4 people that say they
Damn
want
it, Deja, I was with
Oh,
you.
they want to laugh again.
You said 3, make it 4 because
because you want to see it too, right? There you go.
Sorry, Deja. I don't know,
Deja,
girl.
just
Put
bear
that
with
in
us.
and come
It's
back.
31 seconds. It's only 31 seconds.
They done outruled us, Deja. Damn it.
Don't act like you don't want to see it again, Joe.
I know, because I done seen it already before Sean showed it before. So
It's pure entertainment. Come on.
The fact that it got credits at the end, no, just playing.
No, it don't. So this is a whole short film.
Yeah, what if they
No, it's not even a short film because it's 31 seconds.
I'm just playing.
Wait, I gotta turn.
I don't see it.
It's gonna come.
You don't see it?
No, it's not.
No,
hold on.
No, you don't have us. No, you don't have it up.
Hold on. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, you didn't share your screen.
You're not sharing screen, Sean. You're just watching it by yourself.
Hey yo, Corey mad cheesy, bro. But I would kick it with him because he's funny.
The girl looks more believable as an actress than they do.
Yeah, they look like they playing. Deja, you lost another 31 seconds, sis. My bad.
Sorry. Deja checked out. She's like, and I'm taking my like back.
Make it a minute and 2 seconds. I'm sorry. Not you lost brain cells. Okay.
She said her eyes are bleeding.
She want her whole minute and 2 seconds back.
Not the scratch, girl.
That's why I looked.
Right, he was like,
it's like The Ring. You got to look away. You can't just look at the screen.
I can't. I want to say something, but I'm not gonna say it. I'll wait till we go backstage. I'm not gonna get.
No. Look, I'm already on Whole 30. I ain't got no energy for this at all.
You in the Whole 30.
I'm about to quit. I'm about to effing quit.
That was the highlight.
Tyler Perry's calling.
Cornball. Y'all, these are real people with real feelings. I feel bad.
I know. That's why I'm like, I'm no.
Oh, now y'all worry about their feelings.
I am. I'm always worried about people's feelings.
Come on. You know that thing is a whole parody. Come on.
I know. That's why I'm just like, but still, we've been going.
They don't care about their feelings. They put it out there.
I know, and I think about that too. I do.
It's a whole mess. It's a very restrictive. It's not a diet. It's supposed to be a instructional period where you get rid of a whole bunch of crap for a month.
Like what?
No added sugar, meaning like nothing with sugar in it. Not sugar, but nothing with sugar in it.
Outside of natural sugar. I don't like diets, whatever. That's a crash diet. I don't care what anybody says. Don't ever do that to yourself again. But enjoy yourself while you're on it.
But it's not, the spirit behind it is not supposed to be a crash diet. It's supposed to be instructional, a cleansing.
Girl, but no. Okay, if you're going to eat right, there's still natural sugars and stuff. If you eat fruit, there's natural sugars in it. Like, no. Absolutely
no,
not.
natural sugar is fine. You can't do added sugar.
Oh, so
you can eat a
low carb diet? You want a low carb diet?
Oh no, it's worse than low
carb. It's just really, really strict though. That's from what you're saying.
And no alcohol.
Oh,
that's really what T-Way's problem is.
Oh no, I could give that up. I only look, tequila done did me bogus too many times. That's fine. I don't need it.
Seaway is up mad because y'all keep her up late and she can't eat like Sean do.
Right, I'm ready to go to sleep. You already starving.
Listen,
You ready to go to
Wait.
bed.
Peloton
you always
gang,
ready to
gang,
go to
gang,
sleep.
gang. Peloton gang.
Seaway, you always ready to go to sleep.
I am.
That's
But
it.
then you wake up in the middle.
Anyway, we on the Pelly in the morning. All right.
We are
Oh, you got an accountability partner.
Well, it's actually the reverse because she's.
Yeah. I'm gonna do. We're gonna do Allie's feel good ride tomorrow. We can do that.
Oh, that's a good one.
Who's
That's a good
Allie?
one. Allie loves a feel good ride. It's some nice inspirational music.
Mm-hmm.
It's not too crazy. That's good for a Sunday morning.
Well, have fun with
we got
Allie. I don't know who she is.
Oh,
she's a Peloton instructor.
She's Peloton. She's great.
Again, I don't know who she is.
Oh, okay.
All right.
All right.
We got Brown Girl Squad in the house. What's going
Oh,
on?
baby, absolutely not. Don't forget. I ain't got nothing to do with that. That is a nasty spirit with them. I ain't
Not she logged
Not
up.
the finger. She gave me that Zadia finger.
I don't want no parts.
And boop.
I would never.
I'm
Don't you ever
teasing
compare
you.
me to any of them. 'Cause
Uh-oh.
I act like none of them.
That's
No.
right. You
Look,
tell
I'm
me.
not crazy and deranged. I'm not delusional, and I'm not out here trying to figure. No, I ain't gonna go there. Yeah.
Bree about to go off. Bree, we haven't seen you in a month of Sundays, and you come up in here shaking the table.
I mean, well, what else you expect?
For the birthday girl, you want to tell them what birthday this is? Your big 2-1?
I don't care about my age. See, wait, how old am I?
Big 30.
Dirty 30, baby.
That's it.
Yes,
That's it.
welcome to the 30 club.
Nah, it don't feel like nothing different. I still look like I'm 17, 18, 19 years old. I just got the wig on, and I look like I'm younger than them.
30 is a good age because after that it gets real like dry for a little bit, like until you get 35. I'm assuming
From the 31-year-old.
Why I gotta get
You're
dry?
right.
You're married.
1 year dry, and barely had her birthday.
Why my age? I didn't say nothing.
You're married.
She 1 month dry. That's
nothing
it. She barely had a birthday.
Well, you talking like you 35 plus.
I'm confused how my age got
sleepy?
mixed.
That is boring. You hit a wall, sis?
Look,
No, I'm just saying.
She 1 month into this new year, and she already complaining.
It sure does, sunshine. It sure does. Because you know what? I really, honestly could care less about anybody and what they may have to say. I'm just going to ask you, are you done yet? And going about my business. I've been asking that for a long time. So,
well, listen, you just stepping out of Walter's. You might not be able to be maintenance for Walter, Bree.
Or R. Kelly.
Look,
I don't want to be. I don't want to be nobody maintenance. Ew, go to live with that.
Walter in that maintenance. I know that girl feels horrible.
Yeah,
Like
we got coleslaw.
Don't put me in that kind of in that type of
We
situation.
got work. We got maintenance.
Like what the hell? It's a human being.
Don't you love how he refer to car like you
Coleslaw
use
is the
his
worst.
car
Sorry, coleslaw is the worst.
terms?
Yeah, I don't know. Listen, this is Walter's terminology.
Very insulting to that young lady. I'm pretty sure she feels extremely insulted.
Yeah.
Or not.
Or not.
I mean, I wouldn't like that.
He paying for 4 tires out here, just putting it out there like it's nothing. So, you know.
Yeah, Walter's big bank, take a little bank.
He probably don't care. He got money. If that's the case.
Oh, but he's a boxing trainer. Where did this come from?
Yeah.
How?
He said that, once he lost his mom and wife, he said he just wanted to do things that he always wanted to do. He just wanted to live life. And so he said he always wanted to try boxing. So he started boxing, and I guess he was good at it. And then somebody reached out to him asking him, hey, can you train me? So that's kind of how he got into it.
Is this something he does for a living?
He does not look like nobody who box.
I feel like he does it I don't know, at times, I guess when any person reaches out to him for training, like an actual boxer, that's when he does it. I don't think it's his career.
Okay.
Yes,
Look, he said he spent $500 on dinner, so he getting money, Bree.
That's what I'm saying. So Maintenance girl is not worried. Trust me. If all she wants is money.
Oh, Tiffany said it's an outlet for stress. So, but it sounds like that's his career.
I don't think that's his
here?
career.
Yeah, I don't think it's his career. I think he just
She said it was so long.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know where he's going out to eat. Grace Mercy say, but $500 for dinner. God bless him. That's not me.
I'm about to say, even
No,
the
you're not
expensive-
taking me on a $500 date? Oh my gosh.
Look,
I
Sean took us out to freaking BBQs. Is where he took us. Sean said, "Y'all a cheap date. That's all you get. You better get you can call it a day."
Well, I'm
And
not
me
a
and Mark
cheap
split it.
Sean said, "Y'all some cheap hoes, okay?"
Like, listen. I came home alone, so that's it.
Look,
No, you didn't, Sean.
What are you talking about?
You said I came home alone.
I came home alone, meaning I went to my bed by myself.
No. Oh, you know what I was thinking? Like, oh, the reason why I paid so cheap because nobody came home with me. So
Exactly.
You had it right.
It wasn't a real date. It was a friend
was hanging
meetup.
out. He was kicking it.
He said, "Y'all ain't doing nothing for me. You gonna get what you get."
That's it. Now, Seaway, don't you talk bad about me because we had a nice time. We went out to a bunch of us. Where did we go? I took y'all to Woodbury Commons.
Oh no, you were
Y'all
a great
went up
host.
there.
Yeah.
You were a great host. You were a great host. You know me, I like the cheap places anyway. BBQs was smacking. That's where I wanted to go back to.
BBQ's always smack.
She wanted them Hennessy wings.
Y'all was trying to take me every place else. I was like, no, take me back. I want to go back there. This food is good.
No wings be hitting.
Yeah, it's so good.
Listen, no maintenance. Seaway's a whole married woman, so there's definitely no maintenance there. And Mark was right there with us, my good friend. So nope.
Okay, so question. This is not a stupid question. What does he mean by maintenance? I just want to be totally clear about this.
Maintaining his needs.
Exactly. Maintaining the pipes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that ain't for me.
Yeah.
Well, I guess it was for her.
Look,
But remember, he does
his
that.
own.
He had the sex comedy tour and stuff like that. So he's, look.
That's comedy tour.
Yeah, that's what he used to do also. I don't know if he stopped it during the pandemic, but he had a sex comedy tour. The women would come on stage with lingerie and they would be giving massages on tables.
Yeah, he said he's a very sensual person.
And he used to do like
Cinemax.
real sex, like sex,
Right.
like erotic jokes.
Cinemax
He don't sound like he's funny though.
Look, he
That was what
obviously
I was-
had an audience. He don't look like a boxing trainer either, but
You're
listen.
absolutely right, Sean.
You know what I think it is? I think it's the Candy's Dungeon thing.
Yeah, that's what he said. That's what I was thinking about.
With poetry and stuff.
Almost like
that whole interview
variety type of show.
Mm-hmm.
But he does that, but he also said he was a comedian, and that threw me off because the whole interview, he's like, "Yeah, I do comedy shows," and I'm just like, I'm not saying he's not funny, but he just doesn't strike me as a person that is funny. I was really confused by that. Look, first of all, we got to stop talking about food because all I have
make her mad. She can't eat no addicts. She can't add no sugar.
It is a sex show, Danny M. It's not. I mean, they're not having it live on stage.
Seaway, can you eat dairy? Because I feel like you can't.
No.
Oh.
But I said no, but I said F them on that one. I be breaking that rule. You ain't finna tell me I can't have no cream in my freaking coffee.
It could bloat you. That's the reason why. It's like I mean, everybody reacts to it differently, but I feel like it would make you bloat.
Yeah, but that was the one. It was too dramatic for me to cut. I did everything but the dairy. I was just like, no. Everything else is already too much of a commitment. Messing with my coffee, you're messing with me personally. So I
could have helped you out with something better, but
girl, it's not a diet. It's a temporary lifestyle informative process.
I know what it is. It's a temporary life change. You
The
trying to clean
South
it out?
said he
Yeah, I
should
know
have
exactly
chest
what you're talking about.
implants.
I did that too, but I didn't pay. I didn't pay for
You
nothing.
should invest in chest implants.
I could
Walter, they say Walter has a bird chest from the pool party.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh.
What type of boxer are you?
That's what I was
That's
like.
what I was saying. I didn't want to say it though. Somebody else did.
Listen, Miss Creative, you need social media or some way. We're not gonna be, we already up here bumping our gums about any and everything. You want a breakdown of the whole 30.
I was about to say I can IG her the thing, but
She's
she ain't
not on
there.
Instagram. That's the problem.
Just
Email
look it
her.
up. Whole 30 is not anything new. Like I've heard about it before.
They
It's
got
been around for a little bit.
Okay, so almond milk in the coffee is good, but almond milk in my latte is disgusting, and I don't know why.
Almond milk. Sorry.
I don't mind it in my coffee, but when I put it in my latte, it's disgusting.
I'll drink it in my my smoothies, but
yeah,
it don't
almond
taste
milk
right to me no more.
Good.
I'd rather just do water in my smoothie. Thank you, Will Oliver. That's what I saw it. When I hear maintenance, I think about my auntie saying they gotta call a maintenance man. Or my mother. Look, let me not put my mother. She don't say that. But when your aunties want to play around and say they gotta call a maintenance man.
So see, another double standard. Thank you, Britt. Men can be the maintenance men, but women can't be maintenance, and it's offensive. There's a whole book about that.
Don't start with me, Sean.
Don't run out on us, Miss Creative.
She said, I've been with y'all all day. I'm done. I don't blame her.
She's like, I'm about sick of you. You won't tell me what the whole 30 is. You call me out. Send me to Google to figure it out.
Welcome to Sean's channel, baby.
Where you gotta go figure it out. You gotta go figure it out. We'll give you the name.
Oh, God.
That's that New York.
Why couldn't he be celibate for 2 months? I don't know. I guess, listen, everybody's built differently.
He hypersexual like Frank?
Exactly.
Look.
2 L's. Oh, God. Y'all kill me. All right. I think we have run our course. We have tons talked stories on top of stories on top of stories.
That made up stuff.
We had a good time. We put this, hopefully we put the DC cast to rest. I don't want to see any more lives with any more characters. Just figure it out. Do what you got to do. I don't really care. Break up, make up.
Those are the words of Sean. If y'all want to come do a live over here at another round, y'all call me. You go ahead, slide in that DM.
That's it. That's why it's called another round, right? You'll go for another round and another round.
Another round and another round. It's like
I'm done. Stick a fork in it. We about to start season. The next season starting on
Friday. I said already.
Now what y'all can do? Look, I'm over here promoting. Y'all need to do a "Where Are They Now?" and somebody get David up on their channel because I want to know what David up to.
David, bring down the strength in the room from Houston.
I need a "Where Are They Now?" What are they doing?
On somebody's channel one day. I seen him on.
David.
I want to know if David got a girl yet. I really need to know.
Yes, JP ready. That was one of Michael Baisden's books, The Maintenance Man.
Oh, yes. I remember that.
I remember it.
I read that book and I was like, I think I was like 20, 21 or something. And I was like, I'm going to be the maintenance man.
Oh, no, you didn't.
I think
that's a story for a whole other day, but
I went to school with his daughter. If that's the same person that I think he was.
It is.
Radio.
Now he has a radio show.
We played basketball together. Me and his daughter Michelle. We went to Oak Park together.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Small world, but yep. That was me. I read that book and I was like, I'm gonna be the
Danny M said we had time today.
I was just about to say that.
when you're young.
They want that story, Sean. They want that story.
Get me to 1,000 and I'll tell you the story. How about that?
They want that story time. That's not a story time, as Miss Misha would say.
To quote Miss Misha, right? That is, somebody said Seaway. Weren't you talking about this? Didn't you say you saw Joelle? Didn't you say you saw
Yeah, I saw him on House Hunters too.
Yeah. Okay, somebody tell me in the comments. Perfect. I'm so glad you brought that up. Was the Courtney on House Hunters today? Is that his how you say it?
Yeah,
his
late wife, or is that somebody else?
No, that was her. And that was in 2010.
The white girl?
No, she was black.
No, she's black.
And it's a woman of no color, please.
No, she was black. And she was so
no, but if we're gonna reference them, they're women of no color, men of no color, or preferences.
Sir, do you know what this is? I don't know what you be doing at work, but don't bring that here. Leave that at work.
You can't tell her what to bring down his channel.
Exactly. She gonna come on. I know it's your birthday, baby girl. This is the unfiltered experience.
Don't act like you ain't Mr. Sean. You know, I haven't given you some shoulder collarbone in a long time.
Oh, don't be bringing that femininity over here, trying to woo me into submission.
Women of no color.
Who made that up?
Always. It's like, come on. I got a whole divorce and I got more wives with no benefits that want to boss me around.
First of all, Jay and I boss you around on a daily basis. You get zero benefits.
I'll be running from y'all sometimes. I'll be like,
He just fall back in that chair like, all right.
That's it.
We got Abby bossing them around.
Yeah, she bossing them around.
So Brittany, don't come on here bossing around. He books, okay? He can't get bossed around no more.
I'm at my threshold. I'm at capacity.
He will be okay. He missed me. You don't want to say it.
I absolutely did miss you.
You got two sister wives over here, not really more sisters and less wives.
The queen is back.
No, Sean said I'm the little sister because I be ratting.
I know. He got
she's
the big
always
sister.
telling. Brittany,
baby sister.
Brittany
baby sister.
is tattletale. You don't want to commit a crime with her. She'll be like,
that is not true.
Baby sister,
I didn't say it, but
sister, and I'm the big sister.
Did it.
Yeah, you the big sister. Yeah.
Well, Bree definitely pointing fingers in the courtroom. You got your arms
exactly. She was trying to point like with her hand. No, right there.
I ain't gonna say nothing, but he bald, he got a beard, and he's in this room right now.
What?
I would. Yes, I would. Mm-hmm.
Oh, great. They want to know your at.
Oh, it's at. You can find me on Instagram and YouTube I'll put it in the chat at recreated_Bree BRI.
We're not showing the titles on the things, Sean.
No,
I'll put it in the chat.
Oh, that's why.
Oh, he done kicked us all off.
What happened?
Out of all of us, look.
Bye, Zadia.
Oh yeah, it's right there.
I really thought Zadia was cool in the beginning, but she
you thought like Nelly. Nelly thought like Clay, and Clay didn't think at all. There you go.
She did a whole thing.
Deja, we seen that live. Some of us did.
Oh, I didn't even realize it. All right, so this is everybody's at. As we wrap up, anybody want to promote anything tonight?
No.
Promote that Pelly.
Next time I come back, I'll have something though, for sure.
Okay. Well, we're gonna do a happy belated birthday to you, Bree. We appreciate you. You are our resident baby girl. So happy you came up and joined us.
That's
so
a resident baby girl.
Yes.
I'm grown now. What you talking about?
You can be a resident auntie like me if you want to. Okay?
Oh, here we go. I'm steady getting bossed around on my own channel. Let's wrap this live up. All right, y'all. Good night.
We love Auntie J.
No, listen, y'all go to another round and check out the live with Sabrina and stuff, and make sure y'all subscribe over there too.
Yeah.
Like, share, and subscribe. Another round.
Yes. Make sure y'all go ahead and go over there.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes,
Brittany got the cups on deck if you want some blinged out cups or models and all that. You know, she act like she's not gonna show her birthday cups.
It's over there. I'm not getting up. It's like
it's your birthday. You ain't gotta get up, baby. Do you think?
Oh, come on, y'all. This is giving disjointed a mess.
Thank you, Grace.
Good night. We love you. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
Section is unmatched.
Make sure you like, share, and subscribe.
Have a good night.
Bye.
And check out my my banner.
We leave it like